You hear him on the radio? He's on the radio all the time.
Oh, yeah.
He's great. He's great. Every time they put a microphone in front of him, he just seems to get better and better and better.
Like a disc jockey.
Yeah. What a beautiful thing to see. I love the shirt, Paul.
You like that?
I like that. Good morning, bud.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. And you today? See the girls are going for the corner.
Oh, yeah.
We're setting up.
Who?
The girls. They're going over to the corner. So when Karen comes, she makes that turn.
Okay. Across the street, though.
Yes.
Oh, no. Or here.
Oh, both. They do both. I'm going to get yelled at for running across the lawn. I know it. I'm going to go to jail. It was worth it. You see him walking down, giving everyone thank yous. Is that not? That's just incredible.
Oh, I didn't even see. Where did it just come from?
They parked around back.
Oh. So then he goes into court.
Yes. They only get 10 seats. That's the problem. Like, pick 10 people. Like, yeah. That's a toughie, man.
It's so nice that they're choosing some of the supporters.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yep. So we got like half people here, and then we get the other half going over there. And you'll see, it's amazing. You'll get that feeling of just it's energy.
Because I can see some of the press getting ready.
Oh, yeah.
Right now.
Like little bees start coming around. So. So, like, I try and give them some space.
Yeah, no, I'm trying not to get in the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Morning, Fubar. Welcome.
Yeah, exactly. You see over there, though, the flowers. I blend into the flowers. When Karen comes, I just back up and I get right into it.
So apparently,
exactly. It's exactly what I try to
Grant
do.
got into a little scuffle with a woman at the entrance
Pretend I'm not here.
Yeah.
of the
I mean, it's so hard because people don't want the camera thrown in their
at the
face,
entrance of the courthouse today.
And I try not to.
Turtle Boy apparently got it on some video, or at least someone got it on video. Turtle Boy was there.
You know, nothing general,
And
Yes, I'm saying, yeah.
police intervened and all that good stuff. So that was fun.
Hearing in January.
Yep.
This is January 5th.
Hey, John, welcome.
You know, that's your brother.
No, I'm not monetized yet.
I followed it since the time.
Okay, yeah. You're from
YouTube
it all together.
Yeah,
said,
I know the whole saga.
whatever it's worth. YouTube said that I was supposed to have, or I needed 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours. And then I got 1,200 subs and 3,000 watch hours. And then they said, well, now you need 1,000 subs, which I have, but 4,000 watch hours. So they keep moving the goalpost on me. I was hoping to be monetized by Tennessee.
Like Homer.
Oh my gosh.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Court in the Jaylin Brazier case should start at 9:30, so about an hour from now. But I've been watching Tom CPU, and I thought it was interesting, so I thought I'd just go live with it. Since I'm watching it anyways.
Fascinatingly unlike.
Yes.
And I'm going to put a link to my Rumble. If anyone is watching, you know what I need to do, actually? I need to link Salvador's first. Let me do that.
Everyone's ready.
My Rumble chat should be linked now. And so if anyone's watching on Rumble,
Here comes, guys.
let me, or chat away so I can see if I can see it. Okay. Let me put Salvador's link. Sal is streaming a cell here. Oh, okay. Stray, you already got it. Nice. All right, that's pinned at the top of the chat.
Morning. Good, doing good. How are you?
I'm gonna go put mine in Salvador's.
One sec.
Morning.
There's your power right there.
Yep.
No doubt.
I can't feel it. I've got a whole new selection of ties now.
Thank you to who made these for me.
You're welcome. Isn't that awesome?
Lefty. Oh, there's Karen. Okay. Unpopular opinion. I don't think she's attractive.
Yeah.
And actually, honestly, I don't care about Karen Reed specifically. I care about the system. Who the fuck's Karen Reed to me?
Okay.
Hey, very good. How are you, sir?
But the
Good,
system
excellent.
is the process, the due process is the issue here. In this particular case. You shut your mouth. Beat you, Stray. Welcome, Stray. Welcome, Lefty. Apparently, Grant got into a little scuffle at the entrance of the courthouse today with Jessica, who I don't know who Jessica is. I don't know if she was saving a seat for Turtle Boy or what.
God bless.
But give her a 3 out of 5. So on my 30-point system, I put her in the middle tier. She's an everyday looking woman.
Guys, have a good day, guys.
And as far as the personality that I am aware of, I would say she's dateable, but probably not marriage material. Good morning, sweet tea.
What do you think? Is that something?
Well, she should.
Every morning.
That's the thing. She should have a completely different
Find another job.
demure
It's just,
in
you
court.
know. Wasn't
You
it?
know who's going to be walking in?
I didn't see it.
witnesses
I heard
today?
I do
I
not
heard
know.
about
There's
the
my
act-
guy.
on
He's
the
full.
Twitters.
Man, you busy today.
Get to work, baby.
Have a day, bud.
Let's see if I can find it.
ready.
It might be on the Twitters.
I
I do
yeah.
have
They're stopping. They're going. It's just no doubt about it. Is Miss Rita?
see, not being at my awesome home studio.
See that?
Turtle Boy posted some. Okay, so not being at my awesome home studio, I can't share things most easily. All right, so this is a picture of him talking to police. Hang on a second, I gotta mute this because that's just gonna be in my ear. Let's see here. Wait, do we have it here? I am disabled. That's an interesting loop. All right, let's see. Who had it posted? And I gotta pull my other window so I can see. Do you know who Turtle Boy posted some? Okay, so let me go to Aiden. Oh, let me just go to Aiden. Got that. Wait a minute. It's like he didn't know Turtle Boy was there, and all of a sudden he got spooked by seeing him. Wait, hang on. The look in his eyes when he all of a sudden realizes Turtle Boy is there. Hang on, one more time. Oh my God, I can't see. Oh, I wasn't even sharing it. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Okay. Let's regroup. Let's not have this. Okay. Let's recenter, shall we? I will. Yes, I boomered. I will say I'm working off of my one screen, so when I'm looking at stuff, can't see it. All right. Look at his eyes when he notices the look.
She didn't have a line fitter here until 11 p.m. 6:40.
Get your body away from me!
Drop that chair here. These people are going to eject you from this line for having
Don't
not sent the
touch me.
line fitter.
Don't touch me.
You
Don't
just
touch-
touch.
Don't touch
Grant,
me.
Please
Grant,
do not
don't touch
touch
her.
me. That's assault.
Grant, don't touch her.
Rapist.
Get away from me.
Okay, so that's what I was laughing at. Is the look when he looks over and sees Aiden.
That's assault.
Grant, don't touch her.
Rapist.
Get away from me.
Please do not touch me. Ma'am, you cannot touch me like that. It is incredibly inappropriate. How dare you?
We have witnesses that saw you hit her first.
Excuse me, she just bumped
Please
me.
Multiple witnesses. You hit her. I'm going to tell the police you hit her.
We
Grant.
have video of her just touching
Grant, I have
property.
video of you hitting her.
I have a
Okay, so this guy is Grant something or other. I don't know. I don't care his last name. Towley, and he is a troll on Twitter. He holds himself out. His mom is a famous sort of attorney news lady. He holds himself out as that, but he has a personal vendetta against Aiden Kearney, who's known as Turtle Boy, who's been very much in the Karen Reed camp. And this guy, he claims to be a journalist and trying to break the story and cover the Karen Reed trial. But everything he posts is 100% an attack on Aiden Kearney, and it has nothing to do with the actual trial. So when Aiden is the one taking the video, and so when he notices Aiden is there, he gets all like surprised and calls him a rapist or whatever, which was just the amazing look on his face.
That's assault.
Grant, don't touch her.
Rapist.
get away from me.
Please do not touch me. Ma'am, you cannot touch me like that. It is incredibly inappropriate.
I don't know. I just troll him. I always comment on his
How
things.
dare you?
We have witnesses that saw you hit her first.
Excuse me, she just
Please
bumped
tell
me.
me.
Multiple witnesses. You hit her. I'm going to tell the police you hit her.
We
Grant.
have video of her just touching
Grant, I
property.
have video of you hitting
I
her.
have a
How did that chair
So
get
I will
there?
be telling the police that when they arrive.
Oh, I will be telling them exactly what happened.
and there was a gentleman who just accosted me and put
Oh.
his hands on me and
I was just assaulted.
It costed
No,
me.
you weren't.
That was completely inappropriate. I am disabled.
You
please.
touched her. You hit a woman,
I'm
Grant.
sorry.
Excuse me, my back was turned.
Grant.
My back was turned, sir. It is on camera.
This is on
So he assaulted her with his ass.
camera. You're right about that.
I'm sorry.
My
you-
back was turned and she
you-
touched me
You hit
inappropriately.
her.
I'm
You
just
hit
in a
her.
black suit.
You hit her. We saw you hit a woman, Grant.
My
We
back
just
was
saw you
turned,
hit a
sir.
woman. We just saw
And-
you hit a woman.
And this is going to cause a problem because she came here without having left a line sitter.
Um,
Okay.
Why did you have a line sitter here all night?
Grant, we saw you hit a woman. Any comment on
Sorry.
that?
Yes,
Is that rope holding your pants up?
white male.
Is that rope holding it?
Glasses.
Yeah, he's wearing
Thank you.
he's wearing like jogging pants that are way too
Okay.
big for him in the ass with his.
I'm actually super sorry. I was fine until he touched me, and I can't.
Hi, I need an
He-
officer.
he
in
is- he
Norfolk
touched her.
Superior Court.
Hold on.
He
A
pushed
woman
her.
just came here and assaulted.
Okay, so now that I'm done boomering it,
She just
I don't know who that woman is. So this is him getting. So Tom CPU had pulled up video of this, or Tom was there when this happened, when he was being interviewed by the police. That is Grant. All right, let's pull this down and share the right screen. Here we go.
He walks in.
So again, we're just stream sniping Tom
You like my
CPU a little
tie?
bit while we're waiting
It's got
for
another symbol on it too.
Yeah,
Got a
Jaylin
personal
Brazier
symbol
piece.
there, too. Special.
So stylish.
You gotta take his
What's
chair
everybody
home.
doing this morning, by the way?
They asked him to move his chair.
Well, yeah,
Oh, that is
definitely.
a large chair.
I, he had posted something last night about the voices in his head were telling him to, or telling him something about Turtle Boy. And I asked him if the voices in his head told him to maintain the perm. Here he comes. What is he doing?
It's a portico, so I may as well make it like a southern veranda.
I guess it makes sense. Bring blankets next time.
I have a bunch. It's very comfy. The guy with the dog.
His perm and report the news like a fifth grader writing a story about a favorite supervillain.
Are they call me? Huh?
Yeah, they absolutely are, Jill. But it's funny to watch.
You can get me in trouble. Bad influence. Where you going with the dog?
Good morning.
Aiden said her name was Jess. I don't know her last name.
What?
So it might be. I'm not familiar with all the ancillary players very much, except for Grant and the boy. He's taking his chair and going home.
I think they may be they're gonna trust. No.
Again, I am very much in Karen Reed's camp for the law and the due process and all of that stuff. Everyone around, though, is a complete character, which is so fun to watch. It's like they watched the like the protest outside of the Michael Jackson trial and decided they were going to, remake it at home.
Okay. You enjoy the day. Thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure. My pleasure. No, my pleasure, really.
Was that Brian Albert?
Yeah. See all the police around just walking like.
And they're witnesses for the prosecution. Crazy.
Isn't that something?
I think
Like-
it's funny because I couldn't see him because like the glare off his bald ass head. It was
Yeah.
just too bright.
Too much. All right. Thanks, bud. So yeah, pretty cool. I hate even putting this guy on my camera. I hate it.
What? Right?
This guy. Rather
Trying to be nice.
look over here.
Go follow him.
You
Go
got
follow him,
feeling
Tom.
to us.
I put the camera that way,
Oh.
so like it doesn't. You buying plants
I'll be
now?
right back, y'all.
How come I didn't know where?
They were giving them out. They have plants. They
Is
give
that
them
what
out.
they were bringing?
Yes.
Wow! Look at this, guys. That's so nice. They're giving out plants.
Yes.
That is such a nice thing. Oh my God.
Here's the other lady.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
He was getting rid of them.
Wow.
They give these out to the elderly on Mother's Day.
Oh, that's such a nice thought. Oh my God.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Jesus. You want to go crush it?
I think you could write a very
Right.
good satirical comedy, either show or
Is
movie.
this something else?
Following
Is this
all
something
these
else?
characters.
I mean, really. Seriously. See what I'm saying? Look at
People are so nice.
it's a whole movement.
I have another one this morning.
It really is. This is just amazing, right?
I'm giving ways for like entire vacation. I should go stand there.
Yeah, to Italy.
So generous. Oh, and I just poked you.
Yeah, it's okay. I've been poked like that before. Look at this. Amazing.
I feel like I know you people like who else like I've been like watched this forever and I'm like guys.
What shouldn't be happening? The
Can you
whole
believe this?
Rachel's fell out of his car. He's like, here, I have a present for you. I'm like, oh, thank you.
the trial.
Like, what are you taking your chair going home?
Yeah, I know.
Years
Huh? Yeah,
ago.
I wish.
He goes, oh no, we're gonna put it. He heard me say it. I was
Look at this. This is something else, huh? Wowza. Bye. Give me a great one.
They kick you out.
Who? No, I got good video of him coming across the street.
I'm gonna leave it for you guys because I can't come every day.
Get breakfast?
I can only come in the morning.
Bailing?
The 200
I have enough
Yeah,
on my
they're
phone.
diner.
buffer
Oh, yeah.
zone,
So I
free
figured I'd
speech
start asking
zone.
around.
There's a lot that
Wrap
should
it around
be
the tree.
This is next level, Paul. I mean, the people are freaking so beautiful. They really are. Yeah, oh, that's right. That's right. So smart.
Give them anything to talk.
This is the nicest thing in the world. I can't really, you guys are such amazing people. And there's a little cart with Dunkin' Donuts on it. You're going to get breakfast. Want to go?
No, I'm gonna go home and watch.
Okay, cool. Figured I'd ask
Dunkin'
you.
Donuts,
No, I
big
figured, well, you know,
Massachusetts.
Very much.
yeah. We're going to get breakfast. Okay, next time? Yeah. Thank you for coming here. Tomorrow morning? Yes. All right, awesome.
Thanks again. We gotta go out.
Okay. No, thank you, thank you so much. My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Around here, man.
Isn't it something?
Such a groove.
I try and tell you.
Thank you.
No, my pleasure. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day, all right?
She was in the registration, so Brian Albert was there. The state troopers were asking.
Again, they treated you like they treated the other girl. The other Naomi walked out the side door and they freaking jumped on her. She had no
I had
idea.
already gone back into the building. Fuck you.
That's not right. That's twice. They're being too aggressive when Brian Albert's walking in. She was in the registry of deeds doing nothing.
No, I came out the door and walked into them, so I came back inside and shut the door. And then the jackass goes like that against the door.
Why are they so protective of him? What's the big deal? Like she's gonna pull it out, right?
No, what I'm trying to say is you don't notice that it's Sadie, Boston Police, and Dedham that surrounds him and protect him. He's the only one.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe that they're worried his bosses might want him dead at this point because they think he's singing like a canary.
Okay, that makes sense though, doesn't it? It sure does.
But I don't know.
I'm ready. Somebody
Okay.
will.
I don't know.
This is the okay. I gotta show you this. This is the stuff that he tweets. Like he responded to Aiden's. Okay, it says stick a fork in old grenade. I'm done for. Wendy, I'm going to need bail money. You can pawn the magic cards. Later volumes, if you have to. Okay, so he's just playing into this whole. I mean, he's begging to be made fun of. Nice. How did I message him? Something about his perm.
Lake Lanier?
I don't know.
Yeah, Lake Lanier, I think is up there. Is it up there?
Probably. We're in, you know where Ringgold is?
No.
No.
No. Oh well. George, I was there for a little bit. It was nice.
We're like the, Cardiac Center,
Okay.
75.
You're the king and queen, right?
King-
You know the king and queens, right? Yeah. You know I know, right? Listen, we're going to get breakfast if you guys would like to go. If anyone would like to go. Open to anybody. Breakfast? Okay. Erica's good. She's setting up breakfast. Okay. Okay. All right. I think we're good.
My voice is on here. Oh God, that's awful. I just saw
We got-
something.
Wait for her and her mom.
Right, exactly.
All right, maybe not.
Miles back.
Is he good? Nice. You know, Bow.
Oh, yes.
This is him.
This is where you go, like, oh, this right here.
Yes. This is the zone.
I know, I'm
Take
trying to
care
think, I
for
was
more.
looking at it, like, it's like, I'm from the kind of this area, and I'm like, all right, wait, I don't remember Roswell, but I live in Walpole, but I did live in Canton.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where the hell, I'm like, hey, wait, where?
Hey there, buddy. Good morning to y'all. Good morning, Tom. Buddy.
Up to the investigators.
Just call up once and just hit him in the jaw, knock him out.
That's just a thought.
I can't.
Everyone on listening, that's a thought.
That's
It's not
just
an
no.
action.
It's just a thing in my head. It's a
Yeah.
thought. I would never do that.
I know.
No. That's why I walk right by. Just one of them things. You know? One of them things.
Can you even walk by the courthouse? Or like,
Yep. You're good. Good.
I have my
Good,
I have my amendment shirt on. I'm all set.
Yep. You're awesome. Well, actually, I don't know about that.
First Amendment. I might
Yeah, I
not
don't
be
know.
able
You know
to.
what I mean? It's one of them
Yeah.
questionable things. You know.
I'm a nurse too. I'm like, I can't. So all set with everybody.
I have this in my pocket, so when I get arrested, it'll be part of inventory.
Well,
I can't. That's gonna be priceless,
I
right?
have a sign that's I'm not. My voice isn't on here though.
Yes. Yeah. All right.
I think it's it is, but I don't want. Well, if I, all right.
Yep.
You're
Yep,
facing
yep.
that way, right? That bus. Trying to stay behind.
Forward. Yep.
I locked the car.
Yes. Yep.
Definitely gonna lock it down.
We'll jump in. Here we go.
Tom, did you see the driver?
Yes, they look so sharp, don't they? The drivers. Yep.
Yummy.
I always feel like everyone's just sort of waiting for parade.
Right. I don't want to. Yeah. Thank you.
That's why I'm behind you.
Yeah. All right. You're so good.
Police officer on edge today again, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Not
I'll be back.
Brian Albert does.
It's almost like he's like a mafia guy.
Yeah, right.
You going to get breakfast? Want anything? Good.
Thank you.
How are you, sir? Did you have a good Mother's Day? Excellent. Wonderful. Couldn't have been better. I don't know if them knowing me by first name is a good thing or a bad
He
thing.
knows me too.
I know he calls us like, was that good or bad? Okay.
He's a nice guy.
Even the troopers call me by my first name now. Like, okay.
But he's a nice guy.
Yeah. Those are where the houses are. Remember telling me about them houses?
They tried a little better, huh? With the cover undercover. They tried a little
They
better.
tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. Hey, there's the undercover police right there.
Oh, and the unmarked.
No, the guy's standing there. Those are the undercover police. Don't let, I know, it's violent,
Domestic.
terrorists. Yeah, that's what they think. It's funny, isn't it? Now that you've been here and you've seen what it is and the love that people give for Karen, is this?
I saw it in January, but
Yeah, but you felt it today, right? So it's a completely different, like,
in January we're also cold today.
cold in January. We're cold in February too. But we're smoking. We don't want to smoke in front of you. Yeah, so that's what we've been dealing with, that whole feeling. So,
Crazy.
mm-hmm. Ah, okay.
I also don't get the response. I saw that, like, even like since last July, I was like, why are they acting like it's like a crazy
It's a big whole
like riot
thing, right?
It's not like Columbia University where they're all going.
It ain't nothing like it, even not even close, right?
No.
And yet they're acting and they're overreacting with the amount of police that they've had.
They had to keep downtown. I've been to Denver, but never really.
Yeah, they did a really nice job with the downtown. It really is nice. All the little shops and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's Dedham House of Pizza where we go. That's really good.
They have the TV special there.
Yeah, Paul was in that one.
I was at the barbecue one.
Oh, there you go.
That was a good night. Then he's actually a nice guy.
I was trying to, I'm a big fan of them. Even
Who's this lady walking down the street?
You want to join us?
Turn around.
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
Forgot my wallet.
Don't worry about it. Yep. Let's go.
That line all about.
Let's go.
I keep forgetting that I got mine. I got a back together. So I got a birthday off.
Wait. I parked over there.
You're down there?
I was like, I didn't know where to park. I was
Yeah. But it makes sense now, right? You can park right there if you wanted to. Yeah.
I'm gonna come
Happy
Wednesday.
Mother's Day, lady.
I have another flag.
Oh, nice.
I love it. Look at little whales.
I just popped in to say that. Now I
That
gotta
was beautiful.
make a work call.
Anytime I go to Foxwoods, they have a big fine outlet now.
Does it feel like an outlet? I'll tell you.
Yeah, I
you know,
can.
The shirt cut.
No, no. I'm actually, I'm cold. Bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
Thank you for coming.
I can't believe how expensive the polo outfit is now.
One down Foxwoods, something.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff.
Is this place good too?
They're all good.
Yeah, they're good.
You gotta stop at the bakery on the way back. You got a nice coffee.
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one right there? Did you get?
Just get in.
Nice. I got the fan going.
Just Shadow get in.
Yes. That was bad. I feel so bad for her.
When I pulled in on like Uber, I could see you up there. They filming it.
Yeah.
Dude, like, did you see what he did? Or
I was late to it. But I guess he was
crazy?
being crazy because Jess had her chair first. So he went over and hip checked her to get out of the way to move his chair in the way. Like musical chairs. You know how you fight for musical chairs, bumping into each other?
But it's like it's like that's fighting over the first line.
Yeah, you're right. You're in, right? It doesn't matter what number you are, as long as you're 1 to 10, you could be 9. You're absolutely right.
Wake up amongst
So yeah. So you know.
Yeah.
So you're a teacher?
I used to be working education. I was like a parent and stuff.
There you go.
Back in school, like my county straight. I got that this last
Wow.
year.
Good smart.
It's kind of an accident how I started. I just started doing tax work and I really liked it. And I'm like,
Okay. I can. So it makes sense to you, that stuff.
Yeah.
Good. Don't make no sense to me.
I feel like it's the math's not bad. It's like all the rules.
Right.
That's
Right.
where it gets
And they change them too. They're constantly changing them.
every year.
Yep.
I have to go through it.
Oh my God. But you could that to you, it's not a big deal.
Well, after like the first year, like you can't get most of the rule changes.
Yeah.
Some things get confusing, and like I'll just like make a note of it, and I'll like watch.
No,
just
but
watch
I thought
YouTube.
that
If I
Right.
really don't understand it, I'll just find out. And
And they'll so they let you know. That's awesome. Rita. Madonna. She's got coffee. That's what Paul was going to get coffee. It's good coffee there.
Good coffee there.
They got great coffee.
No, I go to.
Such good coffee. Yeah, their coffee's good.
This place is kind of cool. The Blue Bunny Workshop. Always here. Thank you, my friend. Ladies first. This is so good. See my channel?
Nice.
How are you, my dear? Back again.
What's good?
All right. All right, guys, I'm going to step out, but you can still stay on the channel and watch, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to charge my phone up. So this works really good. So let me, I'm going to jump off, stay on, and watch the trial. Wow. And then I'll be back. So let me jump off here so I can charge my phone, and I'll be back.
Where'd it go? We're just looking at a fan. Yes, it's the ceiling fan show. We are just hanging out, watching a little of Tom CPU's coverage of the Karen Reed trial while we are waiting for the trial for Jaylin Brazier to begin day 5. So welcome, everybody. And I'm happy to see that the Rumble chats are finally coming through, and I can see them. That's exciting. Let's see. What else do we have? We have... If we're just looking at a fan, dueling fans, yes. Let's see. Why don't I have Law and C-Word up? Oh, they don't have anything. They just have their little logo. What about this one? Nope. Ah, the dueling fans. Yes. You know what? I need to turn this light off. There. That's better. Now we have the dueling fans. You see Karen's OnlyFans? Look at that. $5 super chat to Salvador. So my mom thinks it was a swingers party happening the night John died. I had suggested that maybe it was something along those lines. She didn't know what but my explanation confirmed her theory. Nice. Yeah, I thought it was. I always feel like they're a little too close. Like there's probably some swapping involved, but that's pure speculation. Watching over in Novi at work, waiting for a new job or a part to finish an old job. Awesome. Novi. I know that town well. Awesome that you're in Novi. One of these days I'll be able to get super chats again. Although you can Rumble rant me over on the Rumble side. So if you guys want to support this channel, you can jump over to my Rumble and give a Rumble rant. There's also a Cash App if you are so desired to support this channel that way. But yeah, we're simply looking at a fan. There's my Rumble. Okay, let me see if I have. Oh, that's not where I wanted to go. Mechanic. Mechanics are very handy. I need to go drive. Wait, what is today? Monday. Wednesday morning, I'm driving down to Tennessee, and I need to get my a few things finished up on my vehicle before I make that trip. Why is it? Oh, Court TV. That's the one I was thinking of. So I'm not even subscribed to Court TV yet because everything is this is a new channel, so everything is unsubscribed. Do we have? Where is Tom getting his feed from? Because it doesn't have any of the logos. Ah, I see. NBC 10. There we go. Take a selfie with the Hales. Wait, what? Where am I taking a selfie with the Hales? Okay, I see. It's Boston 10 that he's covering. That works. All right, so let's get back to. I guess this is all we're going to look at. I don't know what time court starts. Does anyone know what time court starts for Karen Reed? I feel like we're going to be sitting here for a while looking at a fan spin. Aren't you going to Dollywood? I thought the Hales were going to. I don't know if the Hales. I don't think the Hales are going. I haven't heard, but I'm going. But I absolutely will take a selfie if we're there. Or an Utsy. Does anyone in chat know what time? I haven't been covering the Karen Reed case, so I don't know what time they're supposed to start. Is it 9:30? Our trial starts at 9:30. So I thought I'd cover a little bit of Tom's CPU, but it seems like he is taking a break. Yes, we have the dual fans. I feel like mine's better. So 9:30. Okay. All right. Well, then what I'm going to do is we are going to get back on track with the Jaylin Brazier case. If we don't have any more fun stuff to watch from Tom's CPU, let's go back to the Brazier case. Now, we had only 2.5 hours on day 4. Most of it consisted of interrogation videos. And I wanted to listen to this again because apparently there was a hard time understanding it. I want to put closed captioning up. I could say I'm a friend of Steve Gosney, which is easy because Steve's a friend. Yeah, he is to just about everyone. He absolutely is. Steve is awesome. Steve is my infield reporter, by the way, for the Sarah Boone case. So you're a friend of Steve Gosney, and you are in Novi, Michigan, which is like 15 minutes from where I'm at right now. Okay, but I wanted to listen to this interrogation video of our friend, the Jaylin Brazier, because the underlying issue with this case, and if you're not familiar with this case, if you jumped in because you saw something about Tom or Karen Reed, Jaylin is being charged with the 2nd-degree unaliving of his cousin. Now, he admits that she was at his house when she died and that they were doing drugs, and he panicked and freaked out and dumped the body. So far, I've heard no evidence to suggest that he is the cause of her unaliving. And the only thing that really has any evidence that he dumped her body is his confession, which he's not backing down from. In fact, he doubled down on it on an earlier case where he was charged and pled guilty to lying to police. So he's at least guilty of count 2, like destruction of evidence. But 2nd-degree unaliving, I don't know. I can't get there just yet. So let's listen to this interrogation a little bit. It's about 40 minutes. I'm going to put it at normal speed because I want to listen to it. And while we're all listening to it, I'm going to jump off so I can get a couple of phone calls out of the way and some other stuff.
And starting from the beginning.
That's what I wanted to do.
I know we're out there. We're like, oh, they can go here. Yeah. Oh, do you have a car? Can you take those? Are we allowed to take those off him? Yeah. It's his hands. How many do you want? One hand, two hands?
You guys normally don't, are you right-handed or left-handed? Okay. You're right-handed or left-handed? Right. All right, how about right? Is that okay? Okay.
You want them all?
If you guys would you like holding it?
Sure.
Good job. Jaylin.
He's in control.
Okay.
Thank you. That's not gonna rush it?
I'm just gonna take these up. Because I'm gonna have to get you anyway, so.
You want to still bring him down?
Remember, go all the way up, I'll be down right now between the gates and I'll take them down.
Yep, okay, thank you. Cool, Jim?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, my name's Lance Holmes. What's the nation? He's okay?
That's good.
I mean, good, yeah, all right. So, just to give you a head, I work for Detroit Police. He works for Detroit Police, okay? Yeah, why don't you want one? And it's, the journey to get up here, right? So, our goal, like I say, we've never met you before, right? We were never involved in any of this stuff, in this, Zion case and all that stuff, right? But they asked, meaning like the people down in Detroit said, and it's, completely voluntarily, right? They said, come up and try to talk to you, because we're different. We don't work at homicide, we don't work missing persons, and the goal was, I guess, we read everything that they had, meaning the police have, and like, so I guess like the goal is like to try to get resolved, right? One way or another. Let me see, I know you've told your story, right? And I know a lot of people don't believe it, but again, we don't always think like everybody, right? And there's a reason why they said, because I always say, and I'll tell you, like we worked together for 20 years, right? A lot of times I'll say like, did you ask what if? They're like, what do you mean what if? What if they're telling the truth, right? I mean,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Emotion, just, like I said, I literally said everything that could be said. During my sentencing pre-sentencing on the 16th and on the 30th, my official sentencing, there was blatant lies told, and I said there was half-truths. The prosecutor saying that I fled from police and everything. I think I've never fled from police. I was like, again, how can I flee police if I don't want to be bothered about it? I wasn't hiding or anything. There was a death threat on my pregnant fiance, so I cutting a baby out of it. It would be stupid for me to stay in a car that's on fire with me. So we move somewhere safe. Right? The whole time I'm trying to make sure they're safe before I come and talk to them, the detectives and everything. So I told everybody I didn't do anything. I may have reacted wrong like the fucking 80s, I didn't do anything. And a lie during my sentencing, when her mother was up there saying that, one, I never called her, I never even had her number. Again, unknown to her, the day that she popped up at my house unannounced with her ex-fiance, my cousin Anthony, I was on the way to go talk to Detective Ryan. I literally start my car and they pull up unannounced and hand me these flyers. So it put me in a position of, okay, they're like, I was like, you have to think of all the possibilities of what could happen in that moment. My one and 2 year old at home, my friend. I have no guns. Before the situation, I was like, average Joe and nobody. That's peaceful, you feel me? Right. You got a couple unannounced, I don't know what's in your car or what he has. Later on, I might be at a crowbar, who knows what's going to happen. So I had to react according to my situation.
I get it. So, I'm not trying to interrupt you, but so this was kind of our concept, right? They're like, well, you guys go up, and I'm like, God, it's a long ways up there, but again, I always say like, and I don't want to get like, I'm not that old of a man, but what if that was my son, right? If my son did something, right, and it wasn't the best choice, how would you treat my son, right? And we do, and Ryan, my buddy, we worked together for a long time because we think the same way. So I guess we said, something, we'll drive up there, we'll see what we can do, right? If we can sit down with you, if we can hear the story from you, right? There may be a few questions we have, a few things to fill in, but we'd be able to go back home and say, something, we're going to be the first ones to say, if it's believable, we believe it, right? Let's start the healing process, right? Because I had never met her mother. I've seen her mother on the news, I've heard her say, you know, right, I know, I know, but like, so the thing is, you know, you hear mom on TV saying, throw them away, and it just, who threw away? And they just paint this picture of some guy, right? So again, I know this is kind of crazy, we're up here out of the blue and you weren't expecting anything, but that was kind of like our thought, and know this, so this doesn't have to be, remember, I never met you before, right? You never met him. We don't have anything against you. You never did anything to me, right? And I just, if I can get you to understand it and truly believe that, this doesn't have to be a one conversation deal, right? You can call me, you can say, hey, come on up here if you want to talk about something. If you're getting friends, it's not a, we're going to talk in 10 minutes and we're leaving. I appreciate that. You know, but there are, like, we have, of course, you're incarcerated, we're talking about a case, we gotta go over your rights, you still have the right to an attorney, all of that applies. If you get to the point where you say, like, hey, I don't wanna talk about that, but I'll talk about this, we pretty much know everything you're going to say, right? I mean, it's not like, you know, we're twisting it, but I just, again, this is what we do, right? We're not homicide, we're not missing persons, and we come back, and a lot of people, they do respect what we say. And I remember I always say, what if? And I said that, like, what if he is telling the truth?
You just what to do, right off Greenfield, main road. Now we know who's in her house or anything, man.
There's nobody living there, right? At home.
Now they know it. Lord got kicked in like 4 times trying to find my fiance and my kids. Nothing stolen, nothing. They're coming to hurt them.
Oh my God.
Like, that's all I've ever done. I don't. It's crazy. Like, okay, one day you're a normal ass dude.
Yeah.
Bullshit, unexpected ass thing happens. You're doing it, and you know, you're the topic of all kinds of conspiracy, and even your own family. Thinking nobody back on it.
Right.
Thinking to myself.
Yeah. All right, so let me, if it's all right, like I said, I want to go over your rights, I want to go over all this stuff, and just understand, there's no pressure, right? And you're thinking like I never met these guys, but you don't change. There's no, you know, first impression is who you are. So if you, like you said, if you want to talk to us, I certainly want to hear this story, okay? And that's the truth. You're familiar with the Vice Rights Forum?
Yes.
Okay. Let me, and I know you can read, right? You went, how far to school?
I graduated.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right. So, what's that?
Did
you really? Oh, wow. Any interest in that?
I was supposed to be going to the middle. Me and my friends were supposed to be married by now, and they asked me to list the activity so that they can wait me when I get in the military. And this happened.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow. Well, let me say this, man. And this sounds crazy, but like, you know, I don't know if you're religious or not. Right, but I always say, like, you know, for me, I always say, like, God has a plan. There's a lot of times, like, I don't understand a lot of stuff that's happened to me, and he says the same thing with his family. But somehow, some way, there's a plan for this to work, right? And, what's your middle name, Jaylin?
Omar. O-M-A-R.
Okay, and what's your last? B-R-A?
B-I-E-R. It's actually called Brazier.
Brazier? Okay. And your date of birth?
December 1998.
And you know your social security number?
Yeah.
What is it? So if you do me a favor, and I'm sure you've seen these before, read these out loud to me. Initial one that you understand, and then if you're,
the situation kind of, one thing about my code is to be honest, you know?
Yeah,
and but we will tell you that we don't believe you.
Right, that's the worst.
If I get you, demon out of control here. I understand that I have the right to remain silent and that I do not have to answer any questions put to me to make any statements. Any statement I make or anything I say will be used against me in a court of law. I have the right to an attorney, I have lawyers present before and during the time I answer any questions or make any statements. If I cannot afford an attorney, one will give one or two without cost by the court prior to any questions. I can decide at any time to exercise my rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. I understand that these are my rights under the law. I have not been threatened or promised anything, and I now desire and agree to answer any questions put to me or to make a statement. As I understand this,
Okay, is that fair? All right, if you just do the initial those, X each right, and I have to sign it and date it, I'll sign it. Ryan will sign it, as a witness this. Like I said, there's no pressure, I mean, it's, you've been through all of this, right? Oh, I know.
Last time I talked to him, I came as I was supposed to, and it still went fucking shit. I'm in prison right now.
I know.
I'm in fucking prison right now. I never expected this.
Right.
Listen, birthdays this month, my third one's doing it. It's just all just fucked up.
Okay, sign there, and then, yeah, signature will date. It's June 10th, yep, June 10th, 2022, it's 11:49 a.m. Alright, and I'm gonna sign it, and I'll sign it, and it's June 10th.
Pause the video at the 11-minute mark and skip ahead to 17-minute mark and resume playing it.
We'll come talk to you, and we'll make it work, right? I mean, so I guess, again, I know, and then again, if it gets tough, tell me, but, this time, I guess I kind of like, just want to go back, like, to talk about Zion, or, I haven't heard anything about her, other than the fact that she was missing, right? So, I mean,
Okay.
who is she to you?
She is my cousin through marriage. We became close after her mom. This is what she told me.
Yeah.
My girl witnessed this and her friend Lima. Her mom was trying to do it. For my family, kind of, a lot of tribalism in the states that we talk to, from one close to mine, immediate family, and we only talk to other family like either cookouts or family together, reunions, we do stuff in. Zion had graduated from college because, well, it's her words, her mom, she had one of her boyfriends not bad, her mother not something else. Her mom essentially didn't like that, so calling her a whore and all other stuff, and apparently, what she said, put a gun on her. So she ran away. She texted me and her friend Alima on Instagram at the time.
How long ago are we talking?
This was last year. It was before it got cold again, so I would say the end of the summer. Yeah, she came over for a day, and that's what she told me. Everything she knew on the house, like, your mom's gonna gun on me. And at first I didn't believe her. I'm like, okay. So she told me more details. She told me everything that happened to her while she was younger. She said that for a while, for a whole year, she was getting raped. And her mom and everybody knew about this. And I also have went through some similar unfortunate happenings. And that was basically our bonding, the glue right there. So since then, I was just, if you need anything, I got you, maybe I got you. That actually cried. And it was, everything she went through was way more than I could have expected. So I had her call her dad, who lived in Chicago at the time, from what she told me. After that, she left to stay with her friend Lima. And she was keeping contact with me on our phone. I had iPhone at the time.
Where was Lima? Was she out of state?
No, Lima stays on the east side. I forget the address, but it's on the east side for sure.
He's not admitting anything leading towards his guilt.
Some detective.
Second degree unaliving.
Through email because her mom found missing persons or something. I'm not sure, but this is just what she told me.
This is all like the year, like.
This is right
before it got cold.
Maybe 4 or 5 months before New Year's.
Okay, and this is when you really got close to her?
Yeah.
You knew her though?
Yeah, I knew her. We never talked to her, never kicked her because when the Texas came back, the whole patch of my whole family just didn't happen. Yeah, we went to Texas in 2010 and came back in 2016. And that's why I came back and John Porter graduated. Sorry, maybe do that. Anyways, back to topic.
Yeah.
Lima, just stay with her for a minute. And I'm pretty sure y'all can look all this up with phone records from her numbers, unless she used it in an email or something, I don't know. Then she would be with her grandmother who lives close to my house, going down Greenfield, at some home, senior home, I don't know, it might be a part of the senior home. After that, we talked to all every once in a while. And this happens, we were, hey, this is after New Year's, this was January 4th.
Okay. Well, let me back up before we get that. Was there, like, I understand, like, she wanted, like, to smoke weed, stuff like that, but did you ever hang out with her before that Like, or
outside of her coming over that night, she had anywhere to go, and she ran away. And I thought she couldn't stay there. It's like, I got her to run away. I was like, figure out where you're about to go. And that was basically it. She went her for the lead, who drives a Cavalier or something like that. Some Dodge. After that, it just, she texted me, she FaceTimed me, are you okay? Good, I love you. All right, cool. I'm staying out of trouble. That's about the extent of it.
okay.
She has to hang out every once in a while, but most of the time I'll be busy, either at work or just don't feel like it. Besides that, that was the extent of it.
So you never hung out with her? This is like a.
Oh, not like going places. No,
Yeah.
I am an indoor person. I say average Joe, nobody. I say a lot of happiness. I would work and I go home. That's all I did. I go to the streets. I go
That's me.
the streets.
That knows me, that's me.
Okay.
And I do so different with my kids.
That's the extent of when I do everything I do is at home. So that was my spot.
Sure.
No nothing more to it.
Simple life, simple problems.
Until this spot.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Moving forward, what? Then jumping ahead, 'cause that's really the
Yeah, no, that's good.
his situation. Her mom started nagging her, so her friend Alima hit me up on Instagram once, and I think she gave her my number, whoever gave her my number, and she texted me all my numbers. So anyway, for some reason, and I had this recorded, and like, so we can say that to her mom. Her mom, Zion's mom, asked Alima for a screenshot of our conversation and sent that to my side of the family to make it seem as though I was talking to my cousin in a sexual way. And got on the news and said that. So that was the catalyst to start for all of it.
Was this when she was missing?
Yes, this is recent now.
Okay.
Immediately, how that communication started to me and her mom. Me and my fiance were at her all-time appointment to see how far along she is. And Zion,
So we're looking for our news feed.
I never spoke to him. Sure. I told him.
So for any of you guys popping in late, this is from Friday, and I've been looking for a current feed. It's supposed to start in 1 minute. Fox 2, who's this feed, currently has a stream up for this particular trial, but it's the regular news show, so I don't know what's going on. I might try to have to log into the Zoom, but that's going to be a pain in the ass on this laptop.
To have her mom call me, and then her mom called me, and that's how the contact came.
Oh, and this is after?
Yes.
All right, so if we can, let's back up and go like through that night, if you can. So she never came over and smoked weed before? It's like the first time?
We smoked like probably once before that. I would say exact date, I would not know. But once
Within weeks, months?
Months, that month, I don't smoke occasionally.
Okay.
I actually started smoking because I had seizures. And
Oh,
I
really?
have my seizures. And all my weed is legal from the.
And I'm gonna stop recording.
Well, if all of his weed is legal, so we just said is all of his weed is legal. So if it's legal, then why is he freaking out? Supposedly he's freaking out because they're doing drugs, and that's why he had to disappear the body.
At this point, was there some reference made by the defendant as to why he smoked marijuana?
Yes.
And what was that reason?
He
given?
said he started smoking because he had seizures.
I've just seen the video.
He had seizures? She
He
had.
shaking business out. So yeah, it's after New Year's. Okay, she texted me like Happy New Year's, Happy New Year's. You want to hang out? I was like, cool, yeah, why not? I told everybody, I have my own weed, she brought her own weed. That's the extent of what I know. We were chilling. I ate from these girls, she had a pop her.
Does weed make you paranoid, Sal?
Okay,
so here's the issue with the seizure. It's been testified to that the victim had seizures, which caused her to pass out. Supposedly, I don't think there's been any testimony contrary that the defendant didn't necessarily know that the mother and the boyfriend of the victim did, but that he didn't necessarily do that or know that. And the defense is kind of using that as an excuse. She could have just died from her seizure thing and he freaked out. but now supposedly he has seizures. Let's listen to this a little bit.
About an hour 30 went by. Previously to this, she was saying that she was feeling tired. And I'm like, okay, that's a normal thing with marijuana. When you feel tired, I'm like, okay, cool, man. Not big deal. I get up to go give me some Kool-Aid. The rest, when you get the chairs out here. Kool-Aid, come and sit down. Finish my cup, at least 30 minutes, but I'm okay, time to take you back home. It hurt. Right up to the floor. Straight like that, and that's the start of my night. Straight up, right there, that's the start of it. Like I told us, it's all on TV.
I don't want to hear nothing, I want to hear you, right?
At that moment, like I told him, I was nowhere close to a normal mindset. Like I've never been that terrified in my life at all. I waited, I shook her, I said, okay, she's not breathing. Pulses from my training work here is here. No pulses, no air. She was just dead, and I didn't know what to do. And like I said, in that moment, I had to think about everything. My first thing, and ironically, because of the situation, man, I was like, somehow, motherfucker's going to say that I did something to her. That's the very first thought I had. I was like, this is fucked up. I was like, thinking about my kids, my wife. We just got this duplex. We were homeless for like 2 years, living with my brother without the car. It was stressful. We just got here in April before New Year's. It just got overpaid. It just got a car. In retrospect, I'm like, I couldn't really just calm down. I took the time to calm down. Right. But then, her mom called me, and I'm scared still. I'm still trying to figure out the best possible way to it. And I'm like, okay, the best possible way to handle this was just to talk to Rhino, which was my plan. So like, I don't know. Rhino calls me. I think he's an EJ, he's point detective. And we scheduled a time for me to come there and talk to him. That's what I'll get the next day. The next day, I literally get into my car, go to start the car, and she pulls up and Anthony pulls up, completely blindsiding me. So I'm like, I can't just tell you what happened right now because, one, you know where I stay. I don't know how you know where I stay. My kids, I don't think about the safety of my family right now.
Absolutely.
And then you put these flyers, and it's fucked up. It's very fucked up. I can understand if I was in her perspective. But I had to react the best way I can, protect them for as long as I can, so I can get them somewhere safe. That's just what it was. Right. So then, bam, I went there to go see Ryan Hall that day. The next day, Ryan Hall calls me on you're my main suspect, Tim, the news you want to be at your house. I'm like, see, that's got to be some kind of infringement of rights or something, because it's on the news part. The next thing I know, all down YouTube, my address, right off Greenville, everything. I'm just like, so now who knows? Who knows who could be following my job search for the work or watching us? Who knows? Not to mention he get death threat on kicking in my door, shooting my firstborn shot in the head, regardless on everything. I'm quoting it. While I was in Macomb County, this is called my girlfriend got. Whether I did anything or not, was going to shoot her firstborn in the head and hurt Katrina, who was pregnant still now. Whether you did anything or not, because we just want you to feel how we feel. So this is what I'm dealing with. Mind you, of course, now this is why I play no contest to lying to the police, because I was like, in my opinion, I did not lie. I was on the way to talk to you, literally, but unknown you, I was.
I'm gonna stop at 28 minutes and 21 seconds. So just to be clear, was there some kind of representation that the defendant made about whether or not he had lied?
Yeah.
And what did he indicate?
He did not lie.
I'm gonna continue the video. I'm sorry, the audio recording at 28 minutes and 21 seconds.
So now your perspective is, oh, he's dying. I'm like, no, I'm not dying. So then that went on. While we left the house, I can't explain it. I was laying down and I was having this intense feeling that something is about to happen. Like intense, like it had to be God. Like something bad is about to happen, like safety-wise. I try to sleep it off. I can't sleep it off. I'm like, okay. So I was like, okay, like I usually just listen to your gut. I woke up my fiance, got my kid, and went to my brother's house who stayed in Pontiac. We get out there. The next day, I wake up and on our phones, our alarm system is tripped. And somebody kicked in the door and ripped out ripped the whole thing out. Reached the front door and the back door. Later I find out, later that day I wake up, there's a tow truck in front of my car. I think this is where they try to say that I was a menace to society running from police. There's a tow truck in front of my car. Anybody here can see a tow truck in front of your car, to run to your car. It's instinct. I run to the car, my car started. In the blink of an eye, it's like 8, I would say back in 8 FBI agents with guns drawn on me, so he's screaming, yelling, car with your hands up. Some movie shit. Right. Straight up, right. My girl screaming, she's crying, So, from my perspective, we try to protect us against that compromise, the safety of where I was going to have to be. And then I was going to tap my brothers that comes on the ride home. But now, I don't know who knows where y'all are at. So I have to move y'all from here.
Stop at 30 minutes and 10 seconds, so move ahead to 37 minutes.
Trust me, I've had quite a few incidences where they're like, he's right, it's not what it appears to be. So what we heard, and I'll give you a little bits and pieces of it, right? And part of it is like, the police concentrate on like timelines, right? So we want to get a timeline. If someone says something,
when Ron was talking to me, and then when I got my first call point, Brian was asking me all types of shit. Basically, what I'm saying is, by the time I talked to them, I clearly understood they already had in mind of what they believe. He's asking the dude who was telling me, I have a cousin through marriage, and sometimes you get these, I'm quoting him, you get these feelings, and there's nothing. Essentially, you think there's some kind of romantic situation with me and my cousin, essentially, and that's what y'all were running with. That's what they ran with, essentially. Then I get to county, and my correspondent, Timothy Downey, he comes to me, he's like, well, they said they presented you with evidence of this, that, and I was like, no, none of that ever happened. I came to y'all like a civilized human being and told y'all what happened. Literally, that's it. So, basically, from my perspective, I was like, okay, well, the narrative is written. That's just how it's felt since then. Right. No matter what I said. Literally. Even though everything I told y'all is the truth. And there's no more to it. It's not.
Right. All right. And that's kind of like, so now you have an idea of what I'm being fed, we're being fed, right? So it's like, okay, well, now I guess, and then they key on every single thing, right? Like when he said this, said that, he said A, and then he said and, right? Not literally, right? But it gets to be that. So the whole LSD thing came up. Mm-hmm. And then, you tell me.
Yes, like, I tried psychedelics my day for spiritual reasons. I don't sell psychedelics. I don't know what the assumption is. He asked me, I honestly asked, I tried psychedelics, I tried LSD.
Did I was told like you guys both had a hit that night? Is that, you tell me, use your words. All I'm saying is I'm telling you what I'm being told. Right? Yeah, and I want to get the truth. I want to know what the hell's going on here.
And you told him you kept pressuring me for something to say, kill me.
Who is this now?
The dude who was interrogating me. It wasn't Ryan, it was a different dude. I don't know his name.
What was the setting? Was he with Ryan Hall?
No.
Did he talk to you by himself?
He was talking to me.
White guy, black guy?
White guy, blue eyes. He was asking me how I assume, from my perspective, is manipulative to ask questions. He asked me, the first question he asked me, have I ever hurt anybody I love? I said, yes. Remembering my fiance, we've been in arguments before. Obviously, that's what I'm thinking about. But flip side, at that point, I just.
Was he a big guy? Have a portly, big belly?
Well, you're going to look for the belly.
Big belly, see, that's different thing.
Yeah, I tried acid. And that was that.
Now you said something about depression. Did you tell him something that wasn't?
Yeah, I started trying to come with shit, I was like, he's like, his exact wording was, did she have anything with her, or could she have touched anything? And I was like, I don't know. Only thing else that I had was LSD. My memory is locked up because Oh, well, that, if you're under the influence of acid, that wasn't you that hurt her. I was like, I never said I hurt anybody until I'm answering your questions. And that's why I'm talking to him, like, you're trying to box me into something I'm not saying. And.
All right, okay, and so the version that I heard was like, it was that, like, well, I left that out, about the LSD, but yeah, we both took a hit of LSD. And it must have hit her different, or hit her wrong.
Stream. I mean, there is. It's just a U live, like nothing is actually happening on Fox. And then with Channel 4, NBC, they're on their website, and it's in the ass. I could go to Zoom, but I don't know how I do it because I'd have to share my entire screen to make that work with this. So I'm gonna just keep playing this and then hope eventually that Fox gets it up and running. If I need to do the Zoom, well, I can't do the Zoom. All right, we'll just
Did
keep
you
going.
say
Let's
it bullshit on him, or did he, see, I'm saying, he's telling me that, I'm trying to say, is he telling me bullshit, like, it didn't say, or did you tell him that?
Well, if I go professionally, just throwing something out there, before I did not mention that, I tried to ask it for any guys still not the league, but I don't understand, that's all.
And I'm stopping at 41 minutes and 31 seconds. Near this point, it sounded like you summarized a prior statement about LSD. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what was the defendant's response to that?
I'm kind of confused.
Maybe Salvador.
That he told.
What did he tell you about that prior statement?
Yeah, that he told the investigator that his words were get him off of him. That it wasn't true.
Okay. Did he use a specific phrase to describe what he had said previously? Rhymes with bullshit.
Yeah.
That's me.
That's me.
Let's go.
That's mean? Was that the objection? That's mean? I don't know if it's a mean objection. It's the video speaks for itself, right? They shouldn't be asking questions about what the defendant said.
Let's go back in the audio a second. Let's start at 4:25.
Anything with her, or could she have touched anything? And I was like, I don't know. All the thing else that I had was LSD, but I don't know. My memory is lined up, like,
No. I have so many windows open now.
oh, well, that, if you were under the influence of acid, that wasn't you that hurt her. I was like, I never said I hurt anybody until I'm answering your questions. And that's why I'm talking to him, like, you're trying to box me into something I'm not saying. And.
All right, okay, and so the version that I heard was like, I don't know.
Okay, now we finally have a feed up. Cool. So what we've been watching is the police interrogation from a few months ago that was played on Friday night. And now we have a current feed up finally. So let's back it up a touch. Actually, that might just be it. All right. Don't hear anything. See how far back we are. Let's see. Okay, so we're current now. I thought they had somebody up on the stand. All right, so we're just waiting. We are just waiting. I thought I saw somebody coming up to the stand. That's why I got all excited and went over here. We got Hank sleeping in the corner again. Oh no, that's a different guy. Nothing is happening. Nobody's in the courtroom. I thought they were starting at 9:30. Did Salvador lie to me? Are they starting at 10? Yeah, sure. Show the cameraman. We like behind the scenes footage. What if I did a picture in picture? Nope, that's not going to work. Back to tab. There we go. Wait a minute. All right, since we got some time, I'm going to try something. We do a picture in picture. Can I share the picture in picture? Present. Oh, no, wrong window. That would be nice. If I can share the picture in picture. Window. There we go. I like that. Okay, let me take this down. Yeah, there we go. I like this a lot. Okay, that'll work. All right, welcome all. Welcome. Where's our little? There we go. Cool. This should help a lot with my buffering, hopefully. Okay, I don't know what the hell is going on here. They just called the case. The volume was extremely low. The cameraman wasn't in the right direction, and now it went to a news break. We'll be right back. I can't hear a thing, barely. What's going on? Okay. Let me try another one. Although that camera was in the wrong direction. That probably has something to do with the fact that the jury was showing last week, which is kind of a big no-no. But I don't know what's going on here. Let me try the other channel on their website, which is going to be horrible. Let's figure this out. It's still just a news feed, or we're on break sort of thing. What is going on here? Let's see. Do we have? We don't have. See, that's the other thing. Is the other channel on their website says live stream day 5, and then below it has like a little video player, and then below it says you can follow along with the trial live, streaming in the video player above. But it's not the trial. It's the daily plus live, local, healthy tips, and blah blah blah. Let's talk about the Flint water crisis. Oh wait, hang on. Finally, are we up and running? Ooh, do we have this working? Let's see.
I haven't yet, Judge. I'm not sure if it's
This might work. Can you guys hear it? Audio is on. I don't know what that means.
When the insurance company denied.
Oh my God, no. Not going to advertise another lawyer. Judge said he had other matters to handle and there might be a delay. Okay, fair enough. But why can't we get just a normal feed? Why has this got to be so freaking complicated? It's a pain in the arse. Oh, I should have just stayed home and done this. This is what I get trying to do everything at the same time. All right. So we are still looking at this. And even on the other feed, it is a news reporter talking about the case and not the actual case. So I don't know what's up. You guys want to watch some commercials? Oh, wait, now they're back. They're back on one feed. No one's in the courtroom, though. What's going on here? Literally nothing is happening. Okay. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. Because what I wanted to do is get this thing set up so that it was streaming. And so I could take care of a few things that I got to take care of. And now I'm just sitting and waiting. So we're going to be right back, folks.
Have you been caught red-handed with your head in the secretary's lap? Call Helm Law. Have you been accused of arson but you just like starting fires? Call Helm Law. Have you been arrested and don't know if you should shut up or not? Call Helm Law. Are you being charged with domestic violence because you punched your wife after a night at the swingers club where she said she liked the other guy better than you? Call Helm Law. For all your civil and criminal litigation needs, call Helm Law.
Proud sponsor of Making Law Simple Network. Hey, Gabby, welcome, welcome. We're just sitting here in this like nexus of the universe, waiting for the court to resume. It's been on again, off again, on again, off again. Apparently, they're having some pretrial issues. But I appreciate you stopping by and saying hi. Yeah, you like the elevator music? I wish I had better hold music that's not going to get me yanked. You know what I can play? We're just killing time here.
Siri, directions to Wolf's Glen.
Directions to Great Wolf Lodge.
No, Siri, Wolf's Glen Restaurant.
One option I see, Woods Garden Supply on Benedict Canyon.
Siri, Wolf's Glen Restaurant in Westwood.
One option I see, the Wolseley Restaurant in Burbank.
No, you're not listening. I said Wolf's Glen Restaurant in Westwood.
A wolf's den is a habitat that provides wolves with
Oh,
protection
you
from weather
stupid
and
fucking
predators.
idiot! It's Wolf's Glen Restaurant in Westwood!
One option I see, J. Wolf Clothing.
No, you fuck! Wolf's Glen Restaurant!
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Oh my god, you fucking moron! It's Wolf's Glen, you cunt!
Bunt cake is a cake that is baked in a bunt pan.
I said you cunt! I said you cunt!
Sorry, I didn't get
I called you a cunt!
One option I see, Carson City, Nevada.
Ah, shut up!
One option I see, wool glove.
Shut the fuck up!
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Oh, fuck you!
Oh, I love Larry David. I will say that the show ended horribly. If you guys have watched Curb Your Enthusiasm, they tried to remake the final episode from Seinfeld in a better way, so they say. Very meta of them, but it was absolutely horrible. All right, so getting back on this case. So what we have here in this particular case is, well, we can't show it. Anyways, Jaylin Brazier is being charged with second-degree unaliving. We've had 21 witnesses thus far called by the state. I would have assumed the state would have rested last week. They didn't. I'm not sure who they're calling today. Maybe the medical examiner. They did tease a medical examiner, although I don't know what the medical examiner is going to testify to because there is no body. So there's nothing to examine. But this seems like a lot of witnesses. And it's one of those cases we've seen time and time again where they don't have the evidence. So they present an overwhelming amount of witnesses of essentially non-evidence, right? So he's being charged count 1 with second-degree unaliving, count 2 with destruction of evidence. They got him on the count 2. He hid the body. But the only information we have comes directly from the defendant who says, she died, I freaked out, I put the body in a dumpster. That's it. So what caused her death? Don't know. We have no evidence of it. Maybe the medical examiner will opine about some of the evidence, but I have no idea. And so we're just waiting for court to come back. And we are currently, are we live again finally? Looks like we might actually be live again. Let's see here. Let's do this. Let's get a little overlay right there. There we go. Yep, and we're still just waiting for trial to resume. At least we have a court feed up now, finally, again. Oh, see, so the jury walks out right here, this door. You can see with my cursor, and then they walk over here. So this is probably where the cameras captured the jury. So before the jury comes out, the cameras will have to pan away. This is the prosecutor right there. This is the prosecutor. And we're missing a defendant and a defense counsel. So we're not starting just yet. All right. Well, what do we have? What do we have? Oh, my volume's down. It's like, wait a minute. Why isn't this playing?
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
All right, I'll be back, folks. Let's pull that. I don't know where. Just give me a second. I think we're waiting on the defense counsel. Okay, I am back. Apparently, the defense counsel is MIA. Don't know what that's about. But he's supposedly on his way in, and everyone is sitting and waiting. Very weird. This is like a scene out of Better Call Saul, where everyone is just sitting and waiting for the defense attorney to walk into the courtroom. And the only criticism I had of Better Call Saul was no one's just going to be sitting around. They're not going to have the jury sitting there and the clerk and the witness on the stand and the prosecutor and the defendant just sitting around waiting on defense counsel. And here we go. That's exactly what was going on. So I take that back. Better Call Saul is realistic. Well, the case was supposed to start an hour ago at 9:30, and it is now 10:37. Don't show the jury, cameraman. Hey, Dave. Apparently it's 7:37 where you are. I'm only able to stream through lunch today, and then Salvador's going to pick up later. He didn't even call the court. Oh my god. No, there's. Can you guys not hear it? Can you guys hear anything from the courtroom? It's quiet. Let me try this way.
Mr. Sullivan is retaking the stand.
And Sergeant Sullivan, just for the record, when you wrote on Friday, we were going through an interrogation, an audio file. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what was the date of that particular interrogation?
June 10th, 2022.
Okay. And I'm going to resume.
We didn't miss anything with the audio, other than the judge said that one of the jurors was late, and then also the defense counsel was late.
Publishing Exhibit 54 at the 55-minute mark.
You know,
would you tell them that shit? You're not a damn criminal.
I'm not. I mean, I'm at the criminal things, like,
This ain't all you know, things so bad.
when I got to fucking, courts, everybody did. I learned a lot from the prison. Apparently, a lot of my tattoos are game related. This little guy here is for Chris. I didn't know this. Like, a lot of shit. I find out what trouble is this. Anyway, so I'm showing my PSI. Yeah, I'm not like y'all. I don't do shit. This is not my caliber, anything at all. And everybody's, how do you get here? I went and told them, how would you do that? I don't think like y'all. I'm like, okay, I didn't do shit. I made a stupid decision out of fucking reaction, but for myself, I was doing the right thing. True, that's why I told my lawyer, I wasn't my plea guilty because I came to y'all now. Over the past day, a lot of shit happened to me going like on time.
I feel like he's joking around. He's joking around in this recording, and that's going to play bad for the jury.
Like you're talking, but I wasn't. You just didn't know what was happening in the background of this. Literally. And now I'm here talking to y'all. Yeah.
Almost like I saw that movie. You know what I mean? I hate to say it, but yeah, you're right. You know. So let me ask you. I guess the question is, again, there's like a wall of people, right? And a wall like, oh my god, because even we go back and say like, hey, listen, it is what it is. It is what he says. Then we're gonna, you know, I mean, we know, like, so we have to, you know, we know to be like, oh boy, you know.
Whether you believe me or not, I don't care. At this point, before they bring me out the other day, I constantly do, okay, I'm do my time, go back home. Plan is to go to home, get into the military, get back around people do that. My only fear is some bullshit happening. Now I go from just doing a couple months, 2 years to, oh, we think you did this, so we're going to get
right. And that's what
we're
trying to head off. Right, we're trying to see like, well, you know, because they're looking, they're digging. There's literally like, I don't even know, 50 people out every day, and they're working and they're digging, and what are they doing? They're festering, right? They're festering, like, let us find this, let us find that, because he did something. He did something, like you say, that's the belief. You gotta find that narrative to say, well, we find her. Where's he at? Where's he at?
If I could, the one thing I would do different is not compare it to start. I'm like, more likely still it's going to be whatever happened would have happened at her house. So the reaction, well, let me ask you better.
Alright, so let me ask you, what do you think? Did anyone ever ask you, like, what do you think happened to her? I'm asking you, what do you think happened?
I have two hypotheses. She told me and my fiance, whoever it is, Annalie, one of her best friends, she was on her eating everything. I'm confident that. So when her mom put her gun on her church that way, on Instagram, she said she was trying to kill herself. She was taking prescription drugs out of the mom's cabinet. I don't know what drugs, I don't know what. But that let me know that she may not handle stresses the same as people further on in life doing.
Yeah.
I would assume the only logical thing besides something health-wise, it'd be a brain thing, a heart thing. She told me, I don't know if it's true or not, she does a lot of times, heart issues. Or it could have just been something in her system beforehand, I don't know. But my only assumption is either something natural or something from a drug, because she smokes with her uncles. She does a lot. Her mom, not to speak about her.
No, we're not taking that.
The image that her mom is like the mask that mom put on that is not Lindsay Milton at all. This girl shit, they changed her up in the basement and let her fucking breath come off. Sorry. We've been through some shit, and that's why we're so close. We've been through some shit that if we were younger and would have came to police, the whole family would have been broken apart. So it's just crazy. Third one, I don't know. I truly don't know. But I would assume it's either something natural or maybe she has something going. And I'm gonna say possibly. I don't like speaking on things that I can't know that. Right? No, I don't. There's things coming out about her. Whatever job she worked at, she would go on her brakes and to stick to it. Apparently selling herself, apparently doing perks or some kind of e-pill. I don't know what fucking e-pill is. Whatever spectrum of her lifestyle is. I never got to the business that's not my business. But who knows? I don't know. I don't know what my experience was, what I've been telling people this whole time. That's as far as I can't pull another one out my ass.
No. I'm just trying to like maybe trigger something like you might remember. Did she ever like in this time that she was at the house, or you say you were smoking? Where was? Let's kind of break this down. Where was she?
Couch.
She
walked my house.
Did she come right in and sit down, or did she hang out?
She went upstairs. Her boyfriend called her a couple times. She went upstairs. I think probably on the FaceTime in the bathroom.
Okay.
She went to the bathroom twice. Besides that, we were just getting away from watching YouTube, watching black YouTubers, either Corey Kinshin or the other dude.
Is it like on a TV or on a computer?
No, it's TV.
Okay.
It's true. Literally, simple as it is. Only thing she said to me, not throughout, but twice, she said she was tired. And she said she was tired, yeah. She said she was tired. She's 8. She had to get up with a hot fire. She had to I had to get out of the juice. That's her favorite drink.
How was she previous to getting to the house?
She seemed normal. As she got there, she put in the words. Like she seemed like normal her. Normal her is either high or I would say under the influence of something. Not like I don't know, but more than likely she's either already high. And I don't know, a couple times she's and y'all could find this through fucking phone records. She's like, Jay, can you go get us a bottle? Speak on us. Her and we were in touch. They were hanging around. A bottle of liquor. I was like, hell no. No. So her mom was pretty wild, essentially, whatever it is. But I don't have answers to what the fuck.
No, I'm trying to get to my gut. Now we can kind of break it down a little finer. Like, so she came in, she sat down, did she have like pre-rolls? Did she brag of weed? She rolled them off?
She had no weed. I had they're called camel wraps. They're hemp wraps.
Yeah.
You look at Amazon, look up camel wraps.
Yeah.
They have multiple colors.
Yeah. She had those too, or you had those? Okay.
I gave her a wrap.
Okay.
She on her own shit. Because one thing about me, I don't like smoking on people. So I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And the weed never mixed. She had her own weed.
I have my own weed.
Okay. Did it smell any different? Did you notice that anything click like a little sour? Or I'm not trying to put it word. I'm just thinking about everything. Like, you said something.
At the time, I remember what the weeds looked like. I don't remember now, though. Mine was straight to the dispensary, like I said.
Now, you mentioned,
I can't
whether it's true or not, like, again, but you mentioned something about purple dots, or not dots, but purple. You remember that? Leaf purple leaves?
I believe so.
What is that? If it was, have you ever seen that?
I'm not sure. But the strain is the word. The one that I got from was called indica, which also was the strain, not the name. I can't remember at this point. Details are kind of.
Yeah, imagine.
I can't remember everything.
Okay, all right. But so she smoked. How much did she smoke? Did she smoke?
She had a whole one. She had a whole one. I had a whole one, and I used my bowl. And this is what it makes Cali now. I had this glass bowl, school, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Pink glass. I smoked mine out the bowl. She also put her weed into the bowl. After I finished mine, I dusted it out, gave it her, she smoked her. The rest of her, I believe.
Okay.
And that's about it that I remember right now.
Alright, so one and a ball.
Yeah. And after that, everything seemed pretty normal to her. She said another thing that I mentioned, I believe I mentioned, she did some weird shit. She was one way she showed she's doing. Exactly what she's doing.
Gritting her teeth?
Yeah.
I put the lips together?
Yeah, that's the thing. And then biting her lip, I'm like, whatever, not thinking much of it.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, that's fine. This was before she had said that she was going to fire, and after she had lost her. I went up, got some basic Kool-Aid. I can't remember what flavor it was, but it was one of the red ones. Came back, got my shit, finished it. At least 30 minutes after that, you know, I'm like, all right, by the time you take you home, bam. Shaker.
And how was she, when you went, was her head like straight down, was her head to the side, was it back, remember?
It was not to the side, that was for sure. Not that definitely. She was leaning back. I believe she was leaning back.
Okay.
She shows the cover.
Oh, I know, no, that's why we're asking. And again, you know something? You may say tonight or tomorrow, damn it, I know it's something. That's all we're doing. That's not saying we can. So, was there, was she snoring? Was she sleeping? What?
No, I thought she was knocked out sleeping. Quiet. I don't know if she's snoring, but I believe she's leaning back. Looking like she was asleep. So I left her alone. I'm drinking my Kool-Aid, watch TV for a minute. Said, okay, I'll take you home. Drive.
She falls over.
I was like, drive. And then told her drive to the floor.
Fell off the couch?
Yeah, right on the floor. Okay. Right there. And that's where the whole sequence, the snowball is going.
What did you do after that?
Die.
I know that was 3 weeks out.
Exact sequence.
And some time went by, right? I mean, you said like.
Yeah, I had to, one, I'm like, okay, did you just pass out? So I get nothing before heart. Shake it, okay, I'm moving. And as I'm thinking this, the panic is rising. I'm like, oh my God, please don't be right here.
Family.
Everything, that's right. Everything's buzzing. So I'm like, all right. I immediately think back to my travel. Okay. See if she's breathing. I lick my finger here. Didn't feel like the breeze, but so nothing coming from my nose. I'm like, well, okay.
And one thing, you lick your finger, like, you can feel the breeze?
Like right at the
back of your finger?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See if you feel the breath.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, she's not breathing. Oh shit, what the hell? Check her pulse. She's probably not dead. Check her pulse. I check here. Check here. Check here. Got my head on her chest. Like she's fucking dead. It has to. Gotta go Super Saiyan.
So he feels for her breathing. So I'm trying to listen. He says he feels for her breathing, and then just concludes that she's dead, and then freaks out. I guess. Weird.
Made a stupid ass decision.
So what did you do? I mean, did you go upstairs, downstairs? The kids were upstairs. They were sleeping. I mean, I'm guessing, like some time went by. And this kind of, if you can, I mean, were you like running back and forth? Did you go upstairs? Did you go downstairs? Did you call anyone? Or, I mean,
the living room was the focus of the day.
Did you, the whole thing they said, like, you know where her phone is, right? Did they asked you about that?
Yeah, I told her her phone, where she had her phone. No, dude. Yeah, I see a lot of shit.
Yeah, I know.
For every question, it's moment.
Sure. And I know it wouldn't, and this is just weird because, again, it worked like on the timing, like, because we know she called, FaceTime, she texted, hey, I'm heading home. And I think what their issue is it was shortly before, she texted like, hey, on the way, type of thing.
I don't know what she said.
No, I'm not saying anyway. I'm just telling like the timeline we're trying to figure out. It was maybe 15 minutes later, her boyfriend tried to call and the phone was off. And then it kind of matches the records. And what they're saying though is if she's saying I'm on my way, we call her 15 minutes later, the phone's off. Either the phone died or someone shut the phone off. And that's why they're trying to spin this.
Okay, I remember you asked me this question.
That's why.
Her phone off. I figured no, I didn't expect the phone. None of that shit.
Okay. And then I'm telling you, that's why it looks like, oh, wait a minute, we have to find something. You know, and so I just want to make sure, like, you're covered. You didn't.
No, I didn't do shit. I didn't do shit. I didn't do shit. Man,
Let me ask you this completely again, I'm shooting off the left field on this. I know everyone's mad, right? And then, like you said, my concern is, it's obviously beyond you too, it's your family, right? I don't want, we're involved now, we're here, and I don't want, something to happen to a child or a lady, right? And I'm not saying it's going to, and that's why we're doing this, right? I don't want that to happen. I want to be able to say, just like I told you, right? Hey, we gotta heal. We gotta heal, and this is how we're gonna heal, right? Have you had a chance to talk to her mother or to get a message? I know she's not the same lady you portray.
I have not spoken to her since that day. She had popped up with Anthony out of the bar. I have not spoken to her. I only saw her when I was arraigned. I don't know what it's called, but I think of court.
Yeah.
And my citizen. And also on Zoom when I was watching the plea on the March 16th, they were in court. Her all of her family, which would be my family, marriage too, I guess, but her family.
So let me ask you this: if you could talk to her, I'm not saying reach out, don't cross because they're still, but if you could talk to her,
I would simply ask,
what would you say?
One, I can't apologize enough for my reaction. It's not. I can understand her respect for the prosecution. It's not going to go. She said it was enough. It's not going to go.
Sure.
But it's truly, I just tell her, like, I'm sorry. I don't know what more to tell you because if you flip it and put me in her shoes,
right.
Most obviously just.
Oh yeah. People always say, "I'm sure you got kids, right? So now you're a dad, right?" If got realize they're fast forward 15 years, your boy's 17 years old, and something happens to one of his buddies, puts it in a garbage container, right? I mean, you'd be like, try it. I mean, it's hard, and God knows we don't want to think like this, but it would be like, you'd have to question, like, why? Did you do something else? Is there something different? I mean, as a parent, you'd have to get,
I've been asked why a bunch of times. My process is just like, I didn't know what to do. What am I supposed to do? Get a storage unit or put a motherfucker in the face? I didn't know what to do. Like I said, I've never been in a situation.
All right, so let me just and this is like all of this, and just me.
I'm gonna pause the recording at an hour, 12 minutes, and 20 seconds. At that point, were there some potential alternatives discussed to what the defendant did with Zion's body?
At the very end?
Yeah, that we just heard.
Yeah.
And when discussing those alternatives,
Hey,
was
Fire.
there any mention by the defendant of calling 911?
No.
What were the alternatives that he mentioned?
I believe it was an alley, place her in an alley or a storage container.
Playing the video at 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 20 seconds.
Something didn't cross, like, or were you afraid that she was already dead, and like they couldn't do anything, then it looked like they did it, or?
That was my exact thought. I was freaking out. I'm like, okay, calm down, I'm like, what if they be like, you did this, you did something, which is ironically still happens. And yeah, this is the outcome of it. Not calling 911. Probably wouldn't have helped the whole situation. Outside of that, I did not call anybody. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't tell anybody what happened. I was my only objective was to talk to Ryan about what happened. Nobody knew what happened. So I'm like, the way I saw that, right? My exact logic to it. I was like, let's say y'all are my family, right? I was like, by telling y'all, I could be putting y'all in danger. You immediately start targeting my mom. And she's my mom, do nothing about anything. Talk about shooting up my mom's house. They door my mom with a bunch of information knows how they got it. But I'm like I told my lawyer, I was just trying to protect my family the best I could. I don't own guns. I'm not fucking violent. So I'm like, I just had to go with as the sentences came. Yeah, I don't really have much That was to it, really.
Not coming across terribly sympathetic in this recording.
You know, 'cause I'm curious to the whole thing, and I'm not being accusatory or anything. This narrative from your side has to come from you and not anybody else. So when I ask questions, I want to think, damn, he's that guy. I ain't that damn guy. I just literally want to know, you know, what the steps were that you took, like even after 911. What did you, or you thought about on 911? No, I didn't think that I did this shit.
Yeah, well, that's all, you know. Step after that, okay, maybe they would take my children.
Yeah, I take my everything.
Yeah,
they just started running.
And anxiety.
So after Zion falls over and you take her calls and everything, what was the very next step after that?
Oh, I sat on the couch and I sat down. And I said it to me, trying to calm down. But calm was not coming. Calm was not coming. I got the shakes.
Right now, it's looking like around 1,000 watch hours is what I need. Originally, YouTube had me at only needing 3,000 watch hours, which I received over the weekend. And then they said, no, in fact, you need 4,000 watch hours. So now we're back to like, I don't know, 800, 900, something like that I need.
Logically, I can't give you a logical explanation to it because logic, my normal need, that was not there. It was just reaction. Reaction was the only word I could do. Probably it was the reaction.
And I'm not even asking like why did you? It's just literally what happened after you realized that she was no longer breathing.
I sat down. I believe I cried. Yeah, I believe I cried. I figured out I really a little bit. My next thoughts was thinking about my boys upstairs, you know, and mom, and see my whole situation, and then just how bad it looked. Just the story by itself, people don't believe it to be that simple.
No, I mean, there's some people don't believe. Yeah. Right? And make that distinction. Right. So, like, you know, for instance, you know, I'm married, despite my youthful. I'm married, up in age, what they classify as middle age now. My wife, hell, most of the time she don't believe any damn thing. The moment I walk outside the door, I'm about to go get me a piece of something else. That ain't her. You know what I mean? So I have to literally break my thing down, you know, minute by minute, hour by hour. So she knows, you know, she feels comfortable. You know what I mean? When you said yourself, you get a fiance, and I'm sure you had to do that shit, you know, maybe I went to the store, I get this, I went to this, blah, blah, blah. It may seem juvenile, you know, to you, but to them, it's their world. That's what this whole process now, it may seem like juvenile. I'm just going into this blind. So after Zion was, in your opinion, you said she was, you know, she was really kind of freaked out, and I can imagine how your heart was feeling, how you felt. I mean, somebody that you know and was fucking close to, you know what I mean, that kicked it with, that is no longer acting or breathing or talking or whatever, how, you know, they normally were. So, what did you were in the panic mode, but what did that consist of? What was your panic mode? How did she wind up, I guess, in the dumpster or whatever, or wherever it was that she went to wind up to?
Good question.
I'm comfortable with it because I understood this to be information that was already known.
Well, whatever you're comfortable with, yeah, we don't want to.
It's not like I have a situation I trust.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But my experience with before you guys release, I don't know what's a trap and what's not.
I get it. True.
All of it's a trap. Won't talk to the police.
You can tell how much it will tell you what we heard. I mean, you know, I heard two different things. I heard, well, let me say, ultimately, the dump, like the recycling bin, you put her in, I thought they said, like, you should just put her in there, and then someone recently said, like, no, you put her in a garbage bag and then put her in there. So I'm hearing two different versions. Okay, that's why we're trying to figure out things. We're not putting words in your mouth saying that, because you're clarifying it right now. Right?
Never ever.
Okay, all right, about the garbage, we just put her in there. Okay, all right. Okay, no, that's
That's some higher.
Yeah. No, I know.
That part, I'm assuming is true, you know, that she wound up in a garbage dumpster or recycling thing or whatever. And you take your time.
Yeah, no, we're not trying to make you, nothing's twisting or turning on you here, we're not digging. So we're just trying to get you correct. Yeah, no, and I don't want you to say, we're not gonna, like, oh, you said this, remember he said A and not and, we're not, we wanna hear what you were like, I must have wanted to use the restroom real quick, oh, sure, and drink that water. Excuse me for a second, okay? Oh.
Had an hour and 20 minutes and 6 seconds, and skip ahead to 2 hours and 9 minutes.
Someone thinks there's something going on, or my girl thinks there's something going on, maybe because you're cute or.
Gotta jump back in.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know. And they were saying, like, again, trying to make it, oh, here's that, oh,
okay.
Can we just agree that this is the worst interrogation audio played over the worst courtroom feed?
There's that sexual thing again I was talking about.
My fiance warned me. She said, and I wish I listened to it. Which she, the night she came over, she had already prepared my put a gun on her. She was like, Jaylin, I know you like help. I know you want to help her, but she's gonna bring problems. I'm telling you, she's gonna bring problems. And I usually told Zion that. I was like, that's probably one of the main reasons. I was like, you can't say it. One, legal problem second, I'm not about to cause a problem at home. Have you watched? My girl.
I'm trying to make up as much of it as I can. And essentially, he just keeps saying she died. He was freaking out. He checked her pulse. He checked her breathing. And then the officers asked, well, how is it that she ended up in the dumpster? And he's trying to come up with like some excuse for why he felt like he had to freak out and dump her body in a dumpster. The most I'm picking up on is a lot of nonchalant attitude. And if the jury's picking up on that, they're probably going to convict him.
Does it fucking, I can't help you more than the extent that I have. You know, essentially. Zion's like, why is it because I'm cute? Very conceivable, you know. Sure. You know, Zion at the time. That's, oh, yeah, and I believe there's a text. And I texted one day, Zion and Lima popped up at our house. In the conversation, I believe, I was asking if I buy her a phone. Lay out a letter, what the hell? And I did reply. And then, damn, knock on the door. It's Zion and Lima at the door. That's how I know, because Lima drives a Dodge with broken Dodge Cavalier. Looked like a Cavalier Cavalier. And that day, my girl was like, Jay, now people are just popping up at our house that we don't know. She's going to bring problems here. And essentially, my girl's like, I'm telling you, you can't help everybody, essentially, it's fair credit. And I don't want any of this girl's baggage coming on us, essentially. That's the best of my memory.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yep. No, that's again, it's, you know, and stuff.
Whoever you got, was top five or number. She would confirm all that.
Yeah. Would she, like I say, I don't know, this sounds crazy, but would she talk to us? I know you said she's paranoid. And
I have to tell her, I have to talk to her, because she's just as skeptical as me.
And I get it.
And he was the one that was like, "Jay, just go talk to her." Or at my lunchtime, the precinct that I went to, I was really saying it's close there. She's like, just go talk to her, baby. There's nothing really to worry about. If you did do that, you're absolutely right. I'm going to go talk to her. And ever since that, she's like, I don't know if we can actually trust law enforcement. We didn't tell them what happened. And honestly, I give you a phone. I gave her my phone, my email log. I gave her everything. Why the fuck would I do that? If I wanted an arrow pointed at my head, literally, I gave her everything. Ladies, like, even though I knew the detective for the A precinct, and I knew she was asking for DNA, at least my assumption, I don't know. Because you assume something happened here, take it. You want a hair, you want skin, I don't care. They I didn't do shit. So she's skeptical. I'm pretty sure if we called her, she would not pick up.
Right.
But I would have to talk to y'all already. I was like, just talk to y'all.
Right. It would be a talk. It would be just like us, right? It would be great. Yeah. I'm not, you know.
And I was talking about earlier with that the LSD. Also, she can confirm that I used it was $30 for 2 tabs. She gave me $30, and when I took those 2 tabs, the only LSD I had, I was in the room with her, and I was tripped out like hell. And it was strong, it was scary. I never did it again. And I woke up, I was like, baby, I don't know what's going on. She's like, Jaylin, calm down. Don't do this again. And when she said something, I don't remember, but I went to sleep after that. But yeah, I'm just, whenever I get the chance to, I'm just trying to talk to her, like, no, talk to y'all. I'm not like a motherfucker that was talk to who ran just to look, you ask the question, baby.
Right, yeah.
Because, like I said, y'all feel it was human that the other dude was just like preconceived notion, and that's what I read. And I'm like,
to go back to the beginning when we walked in here, I'm just glad it's a hard sale because you're thinking like, here we go again. It's probably what you thought.
I'm like, all right. I expected to come here and ask the same questions I've been asked.
Right.
No, definitely not. So this was all that.
Right. No, I'm good. Yeah, tell me what I want to hear. You know, I've been there.
She was like, baby, don't let them go very exact. She's like, don't let. She's like, I know this is scary, but don't let the situation scare you and just say anything to do with it. She had nothing to do with it. She's like, man, I'm telling y'all, she's such a good fucking woman, man.
I'm telling you a real life story where that happened to me, and I felt terrible for the guy. He had nothing to do with that, and he told me because I scared him, and then my ego said, "Who's you to say I scared him?" I'm like, wait a minute, get out of my head and get into his head. It's how he's perceived. So you're right. Don't stand by the truth, and don't until you get it, and don't tell someone something that's not true, right? I mean, all right. So I feel better. But the whole
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Underwood. I agree. There's something else going on here. I don't feel like if she just died because you're smoking marijuana, which is legal at the time and still is legal in Michigan, that you would just make her body disappear unless there was something else going on. But so the question for me is, this is why I keep going back and forth on this case. Like my gut says he's guilty. Like if I'm sitting on the jury, like something else is up here. But then I have to step back and say, did the state prove it with specific and articulatable facts and evidence beyond a reasonable doubt? Is it possible that she just died and he literally freaked out? It's still possible, right? And if that's a reasonable doubt, then he's not guilty of second-degree unaliving. That's what I keep going back and forth on this case.
The whole when the last thing I heard was that whole LSD thing, and I'm like, and then there is no LSD because I'm researching LSD and I'm looking like overdose. Doesn't happen, right? It doesn't,
And I literally only did LSD twice in my whole life. First time and second time. First time, it was just one little tab. Crazy, just a piece of paper, but the second time I bought 2 of them. I had 2 of them. Big shit. I told this guy I thought I was big shit and I ain't never doing it again. Cause
that shit was wild. I know whatever it costs up here.
Yeah,
I know.
hallucinations, right? That's,
Man, I don't, it was,
I had a friend in town.
Stop at 2 hours, 15 minutes and 36 seconds, and move forward to 2 hours and 29 minutes.
and after the 16, after the league, another contest league, and he was like, "How much you guys do?" She was like, "No, dude, like, you want to?" Like, "I want them to be mine." I was like, "I wish."
Yeah.
It's not to do like that. Because the whole time I just would believe it.
Oh, yeah. Like you say, going back to figuring her out. You talk about, like, and you kind of relate to this. When we talk about, we sit down with murderers, and, you know, like, hey, we got to talk about this, and I always hear, I'm like, all right, then listen, we're up to this point, but this is the fork in the road, right? This is, you went right, instead of left, this is the point we can't take back, we can only make better. And that's somebody like shooting someone or something, we know they did, so like, let's get it out and tell your story so someone else does. And like in your version of it is like the fork was like, you know, not answering the phone or, hey, pick me up now, I'm going to the store. And then where your world would be, and hers would be two different, completely different. I mean, that's the path of life that we're sent down.
And that's why I get irritated, because sometimes if someone comes with it,
yeah, I get like that. No, I get like that.
You said something that just sparked.
The fork in the road, and we
with the iCloud thing.
Oh.
Just pull up text. Just pull up text. Sarah is near to this.
Sure.
Pull up images.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you guys can pull up email. I heard she at one point, a lot of our conversation was her using an email. She wasn't using a number. That's how I learned that apparently, I don't know if sure or not, because you can't track the email. This girl knew a lot. You can't track the email. That's how she was talking to the texting through email. She was texting through like Gmail, which you use to text on, you know, iPhone.
Yeah.
Using email as iCloud instead of using SMS and shit. But if nothing else, this guy had fun.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
You know, literally. Yeah. I literally told y'all everything. Passwords, just everything's on the table.
Yeah, no, it is. I get it. There was one. Again, I didn't read anything on this, but there was some. You mentioned that friend of hers, Alima. And I'll just flat out ask you, like, because again, it wasn't like, I don't know who brought it forward, but they said like the thought was you were trying to kick it with Alima.
Me and Lila were talking every once in a while. I realized she's on Instagram. We started talking on Instagram, just a casual conversation. Yeah, I came with her. She told me that she had a purple tongue, and I also had purple tongue. She needed a brace of time, just normal kids, not shit. Sure. And then that is taken and ran with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's no talk of getting with her.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
No,
it was presented. Maybe, I don't know.
Sure.
But that path wasn't.
Never.
Two different places.
Okay.
Stopped at 2 hours and 32 minutes and 30 seconds. There was some reference to an Alima at this point, is that correct?
Been in there for 2.5 hours already, being interrogated.
Role in the investigation, were you familiar with who Alima was?
Yes, it was.
And who was Alima?
I was Zion's friend, close friend. I believe she was 17-year-old female also.
And I know you mentioned some of your background on Friday before you started working with the FBI's Violent Crimes Task Force. Can you remind us what was your role with the Detroit Police Department before you joined the Violent Crimes Task Force?
Previous to Violent Crime Task Force, I worked 13 years at Homicide.
Okay, and during your time at Homicide, were you ever involved with making submissions to the Michigan State Police crime lab?
Yes.
And
99.9%, if not 100%. There's something somewhere you can go to the lab.
Okay. And during
Oh my god, what the hell is up with this? The worst sound ever. Oh.
Yep.
I did email the court the other day and tell them that their audio was horrible from the defense side. Now it seems to be bad from the state side. Oh my god, come on guys, get it. That is horrible. That's not even worth putting up because you can't hear anything.
No.
No. No, it's not your earbuds. It's the court feed. Something about audio recording versus something else.
As far as audio? No. Everything that's recorded is recorded.
Like the cameraman has the cable half on. Oh my god, man. I'm gonna try again.
Yes, verify whether some of the information that he was stating about other individuals was correct or not.
That's true.
It was me. I don't know. I refreshed it and now it's looking like.
And
I'm
your
gonna
role
pick this
in
up.
this particular investigation, that I put sign into a garbage bag, correct?
Yeah, that's true. Just came from.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard it was either in the homicide's office. I heard some mention of it.
Okay.
But I also use it as a technique to.
Okay. And prior to this particular interview, you listened to other interviews that were conducted by Mr. Brazier, correct?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Because the reason to do that is to know whether or not he was telling the truth in this particular interview, correct?
No, not necessarily. The purpose of listening to those interviews was to develop a strategy to get him to talk to us.
Okay. But you will also have to know what he previously stated, just in case he stated something different in your interview to know whether or not he was being deceptive, correct?
He said it'd be fair, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you listened to those interviews, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And it'd be a fair statement that during those interviews, you never heard Mr. Brazier ever indicate that he put Zion into a garbage bag, correct?
Yeah, that's true.
And you never
So he didn't put her in a garbage bag. Where did that come from?
read any type of documentation from a person who conducted those interviews who stated that Mr. Brazier put Zion into a garbage bag, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And there was no statement that was signed by Mr. Brazier that would indicate that I put Zion into a garbage bag, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Now, did you have an opportunity to speak to Lena?
No, I never spoke to her.
Did you speak to any other witnesses besides Mr. Brazier?
No.
So you were never able to, I guess, verify whether some of the information that he was stating about other individuals was correct or not?
That's true.
And your role in this particular investigation was, I guess, not in the inception of the case, correct?
That's true. Correct.
Were you directed to interview Mr. Brazier?
I was asked to, yes.
Okay. Now, as far as speaking to other individuals, is there a reason why you did not?
Yeah, I wasn't asked to.
You wasn't asked to?
No.
Okay. So when you're conducting an investigation, do you just do certain objectives that were requested of you, or sometimes do you have free will to do other things? As far as investigations, speaking in witnesses?
Oh, no, well, it's, I guess, two different pieces. As far as my involvement in the investigation, I don't just inject myself in and talk to people or do anything. If I'm requested to assist, like I was in this case, then I was.
Okay. And do you sometimes offer suggestions during your investigation? Like, hey, I just spoke to him. He said A, B, and C. I think it would be pertinent for me to go speak to Mr. X, so to speak.
I do, but I don't believe that was the case. The role in this case was to talk to him, hear his story, turn it back over to the officer in charge of the case, and let her decide if it was consistent or any inconsistencies with it.
Okay. And did you ever reduce the summary of this interview?
Good morning, Slutty Pie.
Okay. And did you have Mr. Brazier sign a statement?
The statement wasn't done in front of me. It was only an audio recording, and then later I reviewed the audio and then documented it in a written summary. So no, he didn't sign it.
Now, Mr. Brazier stated that he thought about calling 911, but he thought that maybe it was nothing that they could do, correct?
Yeah, I believe that's what he said, yeah.
Okay. So it'd be fair that he did mention 911 as an alternative that he thought about during that time, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry, no further questions.
Thank you.
Leader,
No, you're right.
any questions from the jury? Seeing none, statement accepted.
Thank you.
Really, no questions from the jury. All right. What else? Anyone joining us, welcome. This is day 5, witness number 21 of the state's case in chief. I'm hoping they're resting soon because they're beating a dead horse with no evidence, other than the defendant's sort of casual approach to dumping a body in a dumpster.
Call Shannon Jones.
Shannon. Not a doctor, so not a medical examiner. They teach a medical examiner, so I'm waiting for the medical examiner. I feel like that's going to be the last witness. Let's jump forward here a touch.
Sergeant Jones, I want to ask you about another topic that's different from what you testified.
Wait a minute, she testified already. They're recalling her? Why are they recalling her? All right. It would be weird to recall a witness unless she has new information newly discovered. So this is going to be strange.
Jones.
And as indicated before, you're being recalled, you're testifying for the second time in this trial. You understand your under oath, correct?
Yes.
Sergeant Jones, I want to ask you about another topic that's different from what you testified about last week. In connection with your role in this case, did you have any involvement in efforts to find the possible location of Zion Foster's body?
Yes.
And in
Why
terms
didn't you
of
ask about this the first go around?
who was sort of the point person on that effort?
I was.
Okay. And can you walk us through sort of like the steps that were taken, starting with the very first step after obtaining that statement from the defendant on January 19th, 2022?
Yes. So once the location of the dumpster was identified, when the members had taken Mr. Brazier out, from there I reached out to Waste Management.
And what is Waste Management?
That's the garbage trucks are run by Waste Management. It's a company. They own landfills, the garbage trucks, and several dumpsters.
Okay. And by, I guess, January 19th, was there any suspicion of where her body might have been at that point?
Yes.
And where was that?
It was believed at that point that the dumpster, we know she was not in there at that time, so it would have made it out to a landfill.
Okay. And so what was your sort of purpose of reaching out to Waste Management initially?
Yeah, so reaching out to Waste Management, when we give them the address and the date of the location, they have everything logged and tracked. So they're able to tell me what days the trash are picked up at that business. And then they can look at the log on the next date that it was to be picked up, which was that following day after we had interviewed. The following day after the incident, that morning, that dumpster was already picked up. From there, they tell you what truck number was assigned to pick up the trash from that address. And then it'll tell you a minute-by-minute route where that truck went and then where it ended up, where it went to the transfer station located in Detroit.
And I want to show you what has been admitted as People's Exhibit 88. And in particular, page 1 of that exhibit. Are you familiar with the video that is sort of underlying the screenshot that's depicted here?
Yes.
And did you have an opportunity back in the early stages of the investigation to review that video?
Yes.
And based on your review of that video, did you identify anything of significance in terms of the investigation?
Yes. So when I reached out to Waste Management, they are able to identify a truck number that would have been assigned to those addresses. That truck number was 211727. That's the same number that appeared on this truck as it picked up, so we knew that we were watching the correct truck and that the information that Waste Management had given us also matched with the video.
Okay, and obviously the screenshot here is a little bit blurry, but if you were reviewing this video on your desktop, would you be able to see that number?
Yes.
Okay, and you saw the number 211727?
Yes.
And once you obtained that information about this specific truck number, where does the investigation take you from there?
So from here, once we identified the truck that had picked up the contents from that dumpster, that truck then went to 1550 Harper, which is what's called a transfer station for Waste Management.
Okay, and if I go to page 2 of the exhibit, exhibit 88, what does that show us?
Yep, that's going to be the same truck. You can see the numbers. It's circled up at the top, the 211727, and they gave us a approximate arrival time when that vehicle made it to there. So
I feel like they should have their own medical center, but I have no idea if they would actually have that ability.
Okay, and then once you have this information about the truck's possible arrival time at the transfer station, where does the investigation take you from there?
So this truck then pulls into what they have is like a bay area. So the trucks pull in and they dump out the contents into this large bay. And then there's other, I don't know the exact words or equipment, but there's other machines that then pick up that trash and they place it into like a tractor trailer bed. So when that truck comes out there and it backs up, it dumps its contents there. And then you continue to watch the video to see when those contents get loaded and placed into the semi. So behind this building is where the semi truck will pull up, and there's only one that's back there, and it will load the contents into there. And then as you're watching that truck pull off, we were able to ID it as truck 4975.
Okay, and if I go to the final slide of this exhibit, is there any significance, I guess, to that particular truck that's depicted there?
Yes, that's going to be the truck that had the contents that was dumped from the original truck and placed into 4975.
Okay, and so once you have all this information now, the possible landing spot of the contents of the original garbage truck are in this truck, where does the investigation take you from there?
Yes, so from there, I was in contact with Waste Management Security and Tracking System. They were able to locate this truck. All the trucks from this company are GPS, and there's a tracker, so it gives me the exact route where this truck pulls off and leaves and ultimately ends up dumping out the contents.
Okay, and were you able to, working with Waste Management and the information that they had, were you able to trace that truck to a specific location?
Yes.
And where was that location?
Yeah, so that was in Lenox, Michigan at 26 Mile, close to Gratiot. It's called Pine Tree Acres.
And what is Pine Tree Acres?
Pine Tree Acres is a landfill.
Okay. And I want to show you what's been marked as proposed exhibit 84. Approach, Your Honor.
Yes.
What is proposed exhibit 84 show?
This is going to be the map from showing the tracking points from Waste Management. And it's going to show all the red dots, which is going to be the route of travel where the truck comes in, and then it comes around and goes up onto the roads. And then this is going to be the last point where it stops when it's at the landfill and where the contents would have been emptied onto the ground.
Okay, now based on that sort of information, did you develop a particular area of interest in the landfill?
Yes.
Walk us through how are you able to zero in on a particular area of interest in the landfill?
So the area that's marked on this map, there's 4 green dots, and that's going to tell you the whole cell of where all the trash is going at that landfill. When we track the truck to the last stop where the red dot is, and we know that the tracker is on the front of the truck, so you do the measurements on where the debris would have hit the land. We had to learn and talk to several of the people out.
Okay, so this audio not matching the video is really messing with me. We know what this testimony is going to be. We're a few minutes behind. I'm just going to
Our coordinates would pick the cell, which was being.
We've already gone through all of this testimony last week, so I don't know why we're going
The area
through
that was
this
also
witness being
searched
recalled
in
again.
that specific area, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And was there ultimately a search conducted in that area?
Yes.
And can you walk through sort of the logistics of what are the sort of logistical measures that had to go into place to conduct the search?
Yes, so there were several logistics to setting up and coordinating for the landfill search. Number one being equipment. We needed to utilize heavy equipment that we were going to be able
It's
to
not going to get fixed.
into that area and to start removing debris. So excavators, backhoes, the dump trucks, other extra garbage trucks to bring down, as well as doing the maintenance on those vehicles while we're out there. We also had to take into account any hazards that we might come across and have the proper safety equipment for everybody. All the way down to, we had, the steel to put into the bottom of the shoes, so there was no punctures. The safety masks, gloves, hazmat suits. We had to prepare and have the fire department and medic there every day that we were on that hill. In case there was an incident or an injury, they were also there when we came down to help decontaminate, and you came down and you would get basically sprayed down in case there was any biohazards on you.
And what sort of hazards might one encounter out there?
So we encountered a lot of propane tanks, asbestos. There's a lot of different chemicals that, this is your everyday trash. It's not separated. It's not recycled items. This is everyday trash. There's human waste. There was animal carcasses. We found a lot of food products that had been recalled that might have been like dumped in mass dumps. So pretty much anything you can think of, it was out there.
And what was you mentioned excavators and other digging equipment? What's the purpose of having that type of digging equipment actually digging out there?
Yeah, so the trash is compacted. I mean, when it gets out there, it's gone through several compactions in the original truck along with in the semi that it's placed in. And then once it is on the ground, you have those machines that are obviously compacting and trying to get as much room as they can at their landfill.
Okay, and I guess in terms of the digging that needed to be done, was there any significance to the amount of time that had passed?
Yes.
And help us understand that. How does kind of time factor into this?
So time factored in for us, we were a couple weeks behind already. The day that we were able to identify which dumpster, and there was landfills, there was 2 originally before we were able to narrow down the trucks. Those landfills had stopped placing any additional things on there, but we already had over 2 weeks worth of debris. So the original estimation of the depth that we would have to go, we had to have the heavy equipment go in there first to remove the top 20 feet of garbage that was out there before we even got within 5 feet of our potential search area. So we left like a 5-6 foot buffer. We pull off the first top 20 feet, and then from there, as we pulled it, that's when we started manually searching each load.
And how long did this search go on for?
We started at the very end of May, and we continued 7 days until October.
And what did a typical day look like? Starting with like who would be on site in a typical day partaking in the search?
Yeah, so the typical day would start at 7 a.m. We would prepare with doing a count of how many members we were going to have, how many different search decks we could use, whether it was going to be 1 or 2. At 7 o'clock, everybody would get suited up. We had to have vans and different vehicles that we could easily clean out after to transport, because you're transporting somebody up there. They're not dirty yet, but as you're bringing them down, we're now covered in different chemicals, debris, or hazards. So we would try to get up top by 8 o'clock. We would continue to search from 8 until about 11:30. There would be a break. Everybody would be brought down, decon. Everybody would sit down and have their food. And then after an hour, you had to resuit back up.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen the space, but I didn't
This continued again until about 4 or 5 o'clock. On days where weather was permitting, we had a third shift that would stay over. And when they came, the other shift that came down, the third shift would stay up top. So there were days where we would search until there was, it was not safe because of either the lighting or weather conditions. When we come down, we can't just leave the property, so we always had a member, 2 members at least on the properties, making it secure so nobody was going in and tampering with anything or going into the landfill after hours.
And approximately on a daily basis, what would the typical crew be composed of that would be out there searching?
So when we started, it comprised of, we had about 50 people out there that were ready to go and search. And then this is also, we had the hazmat team, so different members that were down at the bottom waiting in case something happened. As it continued and goes on, the numbers slowly started dropping, where we would have like maybe 20, 25 searchers a day. But anytime, every day we searched, but as it continued on, we slowly started losing members, and that was because of different events or manpower just not being as accessible as it was in the beginning.
And the members of the search team, where did they come from? Were they Detroit police officers? Were they other individuals?
Yeah, we had multiple agencies that a lot of people wanted to come out and help. So we had different counties. Wayne County came out and helped. Macomb County's Sheriff Department, they had members that came out and helped. We had Lapeer County came out, different members from the Michigan State Police, the Detroit Police. Anytime if we had even just 1 or 2 members that came from an outside agency, I believe there was one in like White Lake, Michigan, they wanted to come. They would come out and volunteer their time through their department to assist us with that search.
And were these people that were required to be there, or were they volunteers?
Everybody was volunteers.
And in terms of when searchers were out there on a daily basis, what was the sort of method that was used to sift through everything that was out there?
So we had made, when I say a deck, it's not like you walk out on your deck. It's basically, we made the area flat and a different section of the landfill. The dump trucks that we have would go in. We would have an excavator that would take debris from our search area and it would place it into that dump truck. The truck would then come over and bring it to our search deck and try to, as best that they can, spread it a little bit so we could search it. Once that truck pulled off, then we went in with metal rakes, the hard metal rakes, and we started breaking open any bags and anything until it got to where we knew that nothing there contained any remains that we were searching for. Then the front end loader would have to come around and push all that debris into our search pile. So we knew that that was done. And then that process just continued. We would have like 3 or 4 trucks running at one time unless there was some type of a mechanical problem, which we ran into a lot with the tires, or the trucks were overheating. So mainly we would have 2 or 3 trucks continuing to run. So as one deck was laid out and everybody searched it, while they were clearing that, we then transitioned to the next deck and we would start working on that.
And during this time that the search was going on, was this something that was kept secret, or was there public awareness about the search?
It was a public awareness.
Were there any media reports, to your knowledge, about
Multiple.
the ongoing search?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you described the search area as roughly 100 feet by 100 feet. Is that correct?
Yes.
During the course of the search, was the team able to search the entirety of that area?
No.
And help us understand, what were the sort of limitations that were at play there?
So as you're searching, when we started to get into different depths, you're looking for items to help identify when did this get there. So we would look for different mail. We would try to, obviously, we had a list, and it had every address that we knew that truck had picked up from. So if anybody came across something from Little Caesar's Pizza or anything with that zip code, we also looked for dates. So we knew that this had happened in January. If we were finding anything well after our search date, which was January 5th when that truck went, then if we were looking at January 19th dates, we knew that we still had to go to a deeper depth to try to get to our thing. So what originally was believed to be 25 feet, at some points in there, we were all the way down at 50 feet.
And at some point, did the search conclude?
Yes.
And was Zion found out there?
No.
The throughout your experience, have you ever worked on anything like this before, like a landfill search?
I've gone and helped maybe for a day or two, something like how other members were coming and help us. But this was my first taking and putting everything together, coordinating all the manpower, and giving up my family for those 5 months.
In your experience and understanding of landfill searches, are they often successful?
No.
And why was it that the Detroit Police Department decided to search this particular landfill?
We were going to try. We were going to go out there and put forth, and we had, with the truck and the video and the different things, being able to kind of pin it down, we were going to go out there.
So apparently, dumping a body in a landfill is fairly effective, according to this officer. That's interesting.
And we were definitely going to try to be able to make it to where the family could bring her home.
If hypothetically, if you had the information that you obtained on January 19th, on January 5th? Could that have potentially made a difference?
100%.
That's speculation.
Yes, 100%, because you're not dealing with the massive amounts of offloading and removing of those layers. So you're given a more centered area. So even just being out there every day and watching how much trash was coming in every day and how they were kind of pushing it and how far they would go, and then they would tarp it off. So if it was the following morning, we would have already known that that tarped off area is going to be where we were at. By the time we got out there, they were already pretty much done with that cell. So when I notified them to not add anything, it was irrelevant already because they had already moved on to a whole other area in the landfill. So obviously every day that we lost was weeks of trash that we had to search through.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Good morning, Sergeant.
Good morning.
Now, exactly when did you reach out to Waste Management?
I believe it was the same day that Mr. Brazier came down, the 19th.
The 19th? Okay. And you indicated that.
To be fair to you, I don't think you would know.
To basically stop the operations in that particular area?
Yes, I told 2 different landfills at that time to stop dumping on those areas.
Okay. But it wasn't until May until you actually started searching that particular landfill?
Correct.
Is there a particular reason why it took multiple months in order for you to start searching that particular landfill?
Well, we couldn't search day one because you got to do, as you can see, a lot of research. You're watching the video, you're trying to narrow down what trucks were used, watch the video of those items being put in the truck. You're watching the video of the tracking of the vehicle going out there. We had several days where we had to go out there to get an understanding. I've never worked in a landfill, so you have to learn that process. You also have to order all this different equipment and get all the heavy machinery. It's not something that I can just go tomorrow and get for such a massive search. If it was something smaller, it might have happened a lot faster, but with such a task, it's not something that can happen overnight.
Okay, absolutely. And you stated that it was or was not your first time working on a landfill?
It was my first time organizing a landfill.
Organizing,
search.
okay, but you had worked on a landfill previously, correct?
I had gone out on once or twice and helped to look for.
Okay. So it was your job to, I guess, order the equipment that might be necessary to search a particular landfill, correct?
No. My job was to compile a list of everything that I was going to need. We have members that work in our ordering department, and we have members that work with the heavy machinery. So I'm giving a list of everything that I want, that I need to be successful to go out there and search a landfill safely.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's what I asked. So it was your job to gather, to organize the equipment that would be necessary to search a landfill, just to be clear, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And did you instruct the volunteers or individuals who were assisting you in this particular search?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you felt that the information that was provided to you was in fact credible in order for you to be searching this particular area, correct? From Mr. Brazier, to be clear.
With the video and with the statement and everything matched up, yes.
Okay. And had you thought he was being deceptive as far as what had happened, surely you wouldn't have been in that particular landfill for 5-6 odd months, correct?
Well, we went there because of the evidence led us there as well. So if I didn't have evidence to give me an area of where to search, then I wouldn't just do a random search.
And this information was provided to you January 18th, 19th, that ballpark figure, as far as what had happened to Ms. Foster's body?
Yes.
And you stated that at some point in time you concluded the investigation in that particular landfill, correct?
Our chief shut us down, yes.
Thank you. No further questions.
I have no idea why they called this woman back. All the information she testified to just now was contained in the other guy's testimony, the other officer's testimony. I guess maybe the landfill stuff, like a lot of the earlier stuff, was duplicative. Why did she have to be recalled? Now they're going to go on lunch break. So we're going to start an hour and a half late. Then we're going to go on lunch break. And just for anyone who's watching, we're going to have to end the stream at lunch. And Salvador's going to pick it up around 3:30, 4 o'clock Eastern time, I believe he said. So we're having all kinds of issues then. Hang on.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 11:56. I realize we haven't moved as quickly as we'd like to today. There's some delays.
So welcome to a disaster of a stream.
Please be here probably before 1 o'clock.
Hopefully you can hear me now. And my audio is not terribly garbled. But I am going to end the stream now because I have other obligations I need to take care of today. Salvador is going to pick up the afternoon session. I was hoping for at least 3 hours, 3.5 hours of trial today. This morning anyways. That didn't seem to happen. The defense attorney was late. First we had a juror that was late. Then a defense attorney that was late. And yeah, and so then we got a recalled witness. Very not entertaining.
So we can resume. And your number 10, please stay in the building. Thank you.
Hopefully my audio sounds better.
All rise for the jury.
A little way. Make sure we don't see the jury this time. Turn the camera, man. All right, that's it. And that was the horrible morning that made up day 5 of this trial. And I say horrible, not for the defendant, just for my stream and my audio quality, as well as the court's audio quality. Nothing else going on.
Once you all already get your $5.
He's so close to capturing the jury. Dude, I'm glad I pulled it down. He literally just showed a juror. My God. Yeah, definitely. The cameraman just literally showed a juror. I'm glad I had the wherewithal to pull it down. Okay, so they went searching from May through October for the body, did not find the body of Zion. The defendant's statements combined with his cell phone data seem to indicate that he's telling the truth, that he dumped her body in a dumpster and they're just simply not able to find it. I feel like he was a little too cavalier during his interrogation, the second interrogation that we heard at the end of the day on day 4, as well as the beginning of day 5. I think that's what's going to convict him. But there's not a lot of evidence that he actually caused her death. So we'll see if they call a medical examiner this afternoon. We'll see if they rest. Hopefully they do, because I think this case has gone on long enough with the evidence that they have. It is what it is. So we'll see. But with that, I'm going to, I can redirect, right? Sweet, I can. All right, I'm going to set up redirect. Give me a second. I'm going to send you guys over to Baker. Not that anyone who is watching me currently is not already watching probably Baker, but I'm going to send you guys over there anyway, so then he gets notice of a Baker raid. Go to my account. No. Okay. Let me set this up. I should have set this up earlier, but I wasn't thinking about it. I forgot I can redirect. Let's see here. Who is going? Oh, look, Salvador is streaming. I see all of Baker's upcoming ones. Where's his live one? Oh, there he is. Okay. All right, I'm sending you guys all over there. Have a wonderful afternoon. And I will see you guys. I might be in when Salvador's streaming. I might not be. But I will, I'll try to jump in.
When I was young, my